All right, we're live. Share away, people. Here's my theory. Logo on the logo. Or have the dartboard just the dartboard. Black and white.
Yeah, I can't do vape. I can't do vape.
Suck on this at one time.
Wake up. No, there's something about vapes that hurts me up real bad. That's why I tried to quit smoking vaping and I just couldn't. Justin, come sit down, sweetheart.
Got 2 minutes, Justin.
You can stay on the phone, brother. Just there you go. Get. Have you got Keegan's mic on? Why can't I hear him? All right.
That's freaking awesome. Chicky. Oh.
And welcome to the Siege, Battle of the Sexes. And I'm going to tell you right now, folks, the series is tied 2-2. This is going to be the decider. It's going to be exciting. Thanks for joining us. My name is Jason Ives. I'm joined by Keegan Ives, who's in the arena getting the players ready. Mr. Tim Neal, who's on camera tonight.
What's up?
And Mr. Sean Green's going to be your play-by-play commentator. He's coming to you live here in just about 15 minutes. Right after we have a little chat with my buddy, my friend Justin Fairbanks. Thank you for taking the time to do this today. I really do appreciate you, sir.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. All right. So I saw you go in the arena and then run back out of the arena to look at the scoreboard. There was somebody that you were trying to beat, right? In the castle count up. What was the score and who were you trying to beat?
The score was 187. I was trying to beat Rhino, which is Ryan Watson.
Yeah, well, nobody likes Rhino.
I love Rhino.
Yeah, I love him to death, too. I really
He's
do.
a great dude.
Yeah, I know. I've not met a bad person in Lafayette yet, to be honest with you. I love all those guys and gals.
But don't show him yet.
Oh,
what
sorry.
are you doing?
Almost. I almost flawed.
You jumped the gun.
Yes.
Almost goofed.
Yeah. Tim, let's see how Justin did on the castle count up.
All right, as soon as I find it.
It's in there
There it
somewhere.
is.
All right, welcome to the Siege. Here with our guest host of the evening, Mr. Justin Fairbanks. Justin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
Thanks
me.
for doing this. Appreciate you. Now, 9-dart challenge. We throw all of our guest hosts to the wolves. Basically, you get 3 warm-up darts, and then you're going to throw 9 darts.
Okay.
Before we get going, how long you been playing, and what got you into darts?
So I threw steel tip for about 4 years, and then took 12 years off, roughly, and then I just got back into it last July. So I've been throwing again competitively for a year.
And originally you're from Chattanooga,
Tennessee.
And that's predominantly steel tips?
That's all steel
That's
tip.
all there's
we got
steel tip?
at one of the bars back home, we have 2 soft tip boards.
Okay. So
That's it.
just in Philadelphia, same way. It was all steel tip. There was no soft tip, so pretty cool. So you've been getting back into it. Has there anybody that's influenced you or helped you out along the way to get you back to where you want to be or where you want to get to going?
Just playing the good competition here in Indy and Kokomo, Logansport, in that area, Lafayette. There's a lot of good shooters around the area.
All right, so let's get going. Throw your 3 warm-up darts, and then I'll move out of your way, and we'll see who do you want to beat, by the way?
Rhino.
Rhino, which is Ryan Watson, for the uneducated. And okay, so that's your warm up. We're getting your first 3. Is there a tournament that you enjoy the most?
I like Shoot the Moon.
Shoot the Moon.
Shoot the Moon was fun. The Biloxi tournament. That's a good one.
$64. And what darts are you throwing with today?
These are the Gamblers, Danny Baggage.
Danny Baggage, Target Gamblers. $45. You're at 109. He's at 187. So. 78 ties. 79 beats him. Oh, he goes downstairs. 59.
Couldn't see it.
168
total. All right, well, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you later, guys. Have a good one. Take it easy.
What?
And we're back. And now we can really see what the score was. Try to fool everybody else. Well, you didn't quite beat Rhino.
I did not.
You didn't. Yeah, he's got a better beard. Apparently, he's
I
got a
don't know
better
about
count-up
that.
score.
Yeah, I don't know about
He's
that.
got it all on you. I don't know what's going on.
I still got him in state, so that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
that's fair. That's fair. Here you go, my friend. Put it up on the board there wherever it belongs. I don't know.
Looks good to me.
There you go. That works perfectly right there. Just right below Mark. And that superstar, Mr. Jason Ives, didn't beat him either. Just going to point that out. All right. So, from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
You came up here for work-related problems, right? You came up to Kokomo. Currently residing in Kokomo. You going back to Chattanooga?
I am.
When are you going to go back?
I'm looking at the middle of or October.
Middle of October.
Yeah, middle to end of October.
Well, we're gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
It's been a pleasure having you here.
He'll be back
It
for
really
state.
has.
I will be back in February for state.
Okay. Are you gonna come back more often beyond that too?
It's a possibility. I like it up here.
You'll always have a place to stay. I appreciate it.
I appreciate that.
Tell me your experience. What's it been like in Indiana as a whole, playing darts? What have you found things?
It's been so welcoming. Like
Oh.
everybody just welcomes you. Not a lot of real standoff people.
Yep.
Everybody wants to be your friend. Everybody wants to,
Well, good. Well, you've been on the Siege. Now you're on as a guest host. We thank you so much. You've been a pleasure to have on the Siege.
I appreciate being here.
Oh, that's great. Now, you play darts down in Chattanooga, too?
I haven't since I started back.
Are you going to when you go back?
I'm planning on it.
Good for you. Good for you. I'll be happy to see you and keep track of your stats. We'll see how you're doing.
We'll see. I may come back up here and play on Siege again.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Folks, we're going to be a little informative tonight for you. I'm going to tell you about a couple of steel-tip blind drawers that you may not have heard of, and they go hand in hand with a couple of players tonight that you may not know either. On my explorations of darts in Indiana, which I should write a book.
You should.
It'll be a thin book and with lots of little words and many pictures.
Lots of
lot
pictures.
of pictures.
Lots
Lots
of
of
pictures.
Lots of pictures.
Yes.
Can it be a pop-up book?
Yeah.
Ooh, even
On
better.
my adventures around the beautiful state of Indiana, I found a couple of dart tournaments and a bunch of people that you would enjoy. Now, let me tell you about them. Friday nights down in Bloomington, right off the square, there's a convenience store called the Video Saloon. Now, you can go in that convenience store. You can buy pretty much milk, eggs, anything that you would normally find in a convenience store, and dart supplies. They have a glass cabinet that's full of dart supplies, and it's the only convenience store in the state that has dart supplies. And the reason they have it is because if you go through the staircase that's right on the side of the building, not really well advertised, but there's a place called The Vid. And upstairs of The Vid is a old school pool hall with wooden floors,
Nice.
wooden bars, everything's wood, there's wood on the walls, it's classic. But it's a huge place because it's the attic of the row of houses. So it's a big pool hall. It's probably got the best part of a dozen or so full-size pool tables in there. But the other part of the bar is dedicated to darts. And since 1986, a gentleman by the name of Patty Honda has been running a blind draw on Friday nights out of that bar. Starts at 7 o'clock. It's a $5 buy-in, and you will meet some fantastic people. Let me tell you, Justin, you need to go there before you leave, my friend. You do.
I'm going to try.
Friday nights in Bloomington, the bar is no smoking. It doesn't serve food. The darts, it's older equipment, and there's no dart connect, and it's chalk, and it's steel tip, and it is fantastic. The friendship, the camaraderie that you'll meet, and you'll meet probably the best part of 20 new people, is fantastic. They will welcome you with open arms as they did me, as they've done other people that I know have been down there. But it's a fantastic place. It's in Bloomington called the Video Saloon, Friday nights, 7:30. Please go there if you can. A couple of the guys that you'll meet tonight are folks that help run that. They'll be familiar faces for you, but it's fun. Ned, the bartender, is a treat himself, so say hi to Ned for me. But if you get a chance, go down there. Now, there's another one. All right, this one's called the Muddy Boots Dart Club.
Muddy Boots.
And that is in Brown County. Are you familiar with Brown County?
I don't even know where that's at.
Brown County is down south, about 45 minutes south of where we're at, and it's probably a lot like Tennessee.
Okay.
It's in the rolling hills of Brown County, and there's nothing but forest around. In the middle of that forest, there is a barn. It is a dance barn. On Friday nights, they do line dancing there, and they have a live band, and it's fantastic. But on Tuesday nights, if you sign up at 6:30, they have a steel tip dart blind draw that is fantastic,
Nice.
too. Nice thing about this one, there's no entry fee. There's no payout. There's also no dart connect, and it's all steel tip boards, and it may be a little bit older equipment, but you'll find another 20, 25, 24 people that you will get to meet, and they will welcome you with open arms. It is in a beautiful setting. There's a wraparound porch around the outside of the barn that you can sit out there, and you will see nothing but hills and valleys and trees and forest, all that. It's a beautiful setting. I've actually posted a picture a couple years in one of my previous profiles. But if you get a chance on 6:30, always have the Siege on your phone if you get phone reception out there. But that's called the Muddy Boots Dart Club. All right, that's on Tuesdays. Sign up at 6:30. There's no fee. I think they take donations if you want to. If you don't have any steel tip darts, they provide steel tip darts for you.
Oh, that's good.
There's no jukebox because there's usually a band there that's practicing for Friday night. And if you play an instrument, you're more than welcome to sit in with the band too. It was
Interesting.
the time I went down there, they had a violin, a mandolin, and a guitar player, and someone playing a snare drum.
Oh, cool.
And it was, they were just, whoever shows up practices and plays. And
Did it sound good?
It did.
Yeah.
It sounded a lot better than my darts looked. I'll tell you that.
Well, that's not saying much.
No, not saying much at all. No, but now let me just make it real clear, especially to some of those that super competitive. It's a friendly league. The goal of going down there is just to widen your dart experience as far as meeting some new people. They're not super duper competitive, and the competition is good, but you're not going to find your top notch players down there. They play for fun. They play for social work. There's a variety of ages. Quite frankly, you'll find folks that in their 20s, and you'll find plenty of folks that are in their 60s and 70s too. But and everybody gets along, and it's a great time. So I encourage you to visit both those guys. I talked to the people that run the tournaments. They would welcome you with open arms. But just understand, you're going there for the experience. You know, you're not going to get paid a lot if you win, and it's some great people that you'll love to meet.
Going to meet new people.
That's right. Nothing wrong with that. That's what the Siege is about.
Have fun.
Yeah, that's a big part of what the Siege is about. So let's talk about tonight's matchup. All right. Roger Bowlen and Kurt Bauer. All right. Both those guys help run the Bloomington. Kurt visits over to the Muddy Boots thing. But both those guys, that's where I met them. That's where I found them. They're some of the top players that they have out there. Fantastic people.
They're really nice.
Yeah, and both of them been playing for 30-plus years. They played St. Pat's back in the day. They've done a lot of different things in darts, but really interesting people to get to know and talk to if you ever get a chance to get down there. Certainly take time to have a 5-minute conversation with these guys. But you'll see them shoot tonight. Looking forward to that. They're playing the ladies.
They are.
And the one lady that you know the best is Miss Tori Gilstrap. All right, now tell me about Tori. Tell me about how her game has been since you've seen her in the last year or so since you've been here.
So I met Tori and Jolin both about a year ago, we'll say. And when I met them, Tori really struggled with getting in her own head.
Sure.
She still kind of does it, but it's not as bad.
Okay.
She can hit darts. She's good. She can beat pretty much, I put her up against anybody.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Really.
She's a fantastic shot. I've seen her shoot a lot of soft tip darts. She's only ever been on the Siege once before. It was sometime last year. I think it was probably September, October of last year.
Right.
But she's a fantastic shot. She has perfect form as far as mechanically wise.
That's the thing with switching from soft tip to steel tip. If your form's not right,
Yep.
you're going to struggle.
Yep.
I don't think she's going to struggle at all.
No. Well, and she's an artist. All right. And artists have really good control of their hands. And her hand motion, her mechanics from that standpoint is just fantastic.
Absolutely.
The X factor tonight, in my opinion only, Miss Heather Kitchen. Have you ever met Heather before?
Not until tonight.
All right. Now, you watched her shoot warm-ups tonight.
I did.
What do you think about her darts?
I think she has a really good throw.
Yep.
Really smooth throw.
You know, I know it's Sean's opinion because he's the one that told me, and I agree with him. And Tim, quite frankly, said a similar thing, too. If Heather played a lot more than what she does, everybody would realize that she's probably one of the top 5 darters, female darters here.
I could see that.
You know, she's a fantastic shot. I don't know if nerves will get to her tonight. We'll see how that goes.
People want to downplay the nerves, but it's real. It's there.
It gets a,
It's there.
Who's got the biggest case of nerves tonight, Roger and Kurt or Heather and Tori?
I'm going to say Roger and Kurt.
The most pressure is on those guys
I
to
think so.
keep the guys standing up?
On the flip side, though, that they're familiar with each other. They know each other. They're very good friends.
They are.
That's a very good point.
There's a lot of comfortability there.
Yep.
As opposed to Heather and Tori, they just met.
Yeah,
They
this is
did.
true.
So there's going to be a little bit of tension.
Yeah, and do they communicate with each other well? And that's going to be important because, Roger and Kurt, they talk all the time, right? So it's not going to be an issue for them. So the communication, and you will know in that arena, the communication between the players.
It's big.
It's
It's
huge.
key.
Yep.
It's key.
And so we're going to be looking early to see if you see that communication between those two gals, and then we'll go forward from there. It's going to be a fun match.
I say, you got 5 cricket matches there, and then you have Tori, who's a tournament player.
Yep.
Goes to tournaments, is extremely competitive, and wants to get better. That controlling the cricket matches, that might be an X factor where the older guys are just playing cricket to have a good time.
Right.
So they might not be used to the scoring aspect of cricket, where
When
the
close.
girls being soft hit players and all that, they're going to point.
Yeah, well,
that may change the whole dichotomy.
That reminds me of my little X factor. I'll tell you when I get to score predictions. Let's get yours first. We're playing a race, best of 13, race to 7 tonight. So what's your prediction?
Tori and Heather 7-4.
Tori and Heather 7-4. What you going with, Timothy?
I'm going Tori and Heather 7-3.
All right. Well, here's the thing, right? Roger and Kurt, they'd never played with Dart Connect, and they've never played with a referee and a scorer at the same time. Now, I think that's going to benefit them more than what anybody else believes. Because for those guys going in, what they're nervous about is screwing up the score on TV and getting something from a math standpoint wrong. They realized as soon as they got here, we don't have to worry about that.
They don't have to do none of that.
Yeah. So they can just play darts. So that's why I'm going to go in a barn burner tonight because of Muddy Boots. Dance barn. Right? Going to a barn burner tonight, 7-6. Roger and Kurt with what I'm going to say is going to be an upset.
Okay.
All right. So Roger and
I
Kurt
would say that
76
would be an
is my
upset.
pick. Yeah. You guys, just pick the homies. That's all right. I see where you at. Big shout out to those of you watching along. Big shout out to our sponsors. This one here is sponsored by the Checkered Flag, who they did fried chicken and then they did some fried pollock this last weekend. It was out of this park from what I understand. But I'll tell you what.
Real quick, Checker Flag, they are doing a Tuesday night league.
Okay.
They have a separate women's and men's league. There's a trios and there's a women's league. 5 teams each. They're looking for a couple more teams.
Yeah.
You can get with Stacy, get with Schaefer Entertainment.
I'd like to do it, but we'd have to stop doing the siege because I would go there every Tuesday night and go eat dinner.
I mean, you can go. I think me and Sean can hold it down. Me, Sean, and Keegan can take care of it.
You guys would love if I left. You kid? I understand how it is. There's a lot of love in this room. A lot of love. All right, folks. Tim's going to talk to you about T-shirts. I'm going to vanish, and we're going to bring Sean over here to do your play-by-play, and then we're going straight to the arena. Thanks for watching us, guys. Please give us a like, give us a share. Art, I know you sent stars already. I appreciate that.
Art is in Ayersville, Scotland. Playing golf, watching from there.
It's late there
500
now.
stars.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning there right now.
South Ayrshire, Scotland.
All right.
That's
well, thanks
be
for
an awesome
watching,
golf
Art.
Event.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks,
nice.
Art.
Yeah, don't talk to the Scottish people, though. They all wear skirts. All righty. Tim, you ready?
All right, so while Jason's getting out of here and Sean's coming in, I'm going to give you a quick heads up. If you head over to magicwear.com, all 3 of our jerseys are available. The Siege V1, which is their blue one, and then the V2 is the Red Knight jersey, and the V3 is our to-the-point streaming red, white, and blue jersey. That is our most basic jersey. If you'd like to come over, and then if you go to A2ZDarts.com, they sell both sets of our flights. We have the Cosmo Fit flights if you're into that. It's a shape version. And we also have our L-Style L1 Easy Flight with our to-the-point streaming logo. And while Sean comes in, we are going to move over to the main stream, and the ladies will get ready to go. I pre-pushed the button. And we are green and ready to go. Sean, welcome, brother.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
First of all, fantastic job, guys, as always. Justin, it's an honor and pleasure to sit next to you.
Same.
You did great in the opening interview. I know it's tough working with Jason, so well
it's
done
not
there,
that
buddy.
bad. It's not that bad.
Oh man, you missed all of the Keegan amazingness that
his
that was
cricket
all we pay
time.
him for.
Yeah, I forgot those.
That's all right.
He didn't leave me a reminder.
I heard you guys' scoreline predictions, and Justin, remind me, what did you say?
7-4.
That's a 6 mark.
I'm leaning more towards 7-1.
Yeah, you just saw Tori right there. Tori, if you do not know her yet,
You will.
within the next year, whenever she starts to actually travel and start to do that stuff, when she gets the time and expectation to do that, she's going to be really good. She played in a Booyah Cup qualifier just to play in it and see how that went last year, and she shot well. She kind of reminds me of like a Taylor Thaxton in the way that she will, her game's going to keep elevating up that way towards what Taylor now is capable of doing.
I could see that.
And then, just like Jason said, Heather is one of those players that if you have not watched her throw in a while, your expectations for her are going to be overwhelming when she actually throws.
I got you.
Yeah, she's very good.
I will say, like
If she can settle the nerves of playing here.
but with Tori's competitiveness and fire, I think she's going to have an easy go at
Yep.
it, right? Like Tori's going to do all the hard work in the beginning, and then she's just going to get comfortable and go.
It's going to take a game or two, and then she'll relax and come into her game.
But
Absolutely.
outside of darts, both these ladies are extremely talented.
Yeah.
I mean, Tori's an amazing artist, and she's also doing her tattoo apprenticeship.
And Taylor Swift is too.
Hey, Tay-Tay, can't go wrong with Tay-Tay. And Heather's an amazing hairstylist. I mean,
Yep.
she's done my wife's hair like right out of cancer, and with no
Okay.
pigment, she was able to put color in her
Yeah.
hair again,
Oh,
which
wow.
was pretty amazing.
That's awesome. And both of those, or especially Heather's role, like you think of like hairstylist, those are the really meaningful things
Yeah.
that
Right.
they can do, the talent that's needed to do those things.
She's also done. She did Eliana's first real dye hair.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was pretty awesome. So
That's a 1 mark.
they're extremely talented people, and they're extremely competitive.
Yeah, so let's talk about, because we know how talented ladies are. I'm also, guys, we're not joking when we say they should be heavily favored in this. Tori it's not a stretch at all to say she's the best player out of the four.
You just got to keep her out of her head.
And I think that she'll be fine on that. Even when she goes the 1 mark, she's now learned, I think, as a player, as she's matured, and what made her better as a player. The talent's always been there. This game is mental more than anything else, and
Oh, absolutely.
being able to look past those type of moments, right? I'm expected to hit more than that, but I didn't. Oh, well, I'm not going to be perfect. Let's move on. And on the other reverse side, you have two old school teammates from Bloomington that drove up here together. They play together all the time. Their local leagues that they play are those old school, I'm sure, chalk leagues from back in the day. They've been playing for 40 years and 38 years, all steel tip. Like, this is their wheelhouse, which is why I think this is a good battle and why we might be underestimating them now, especially not really knowing their game because how little they travel. But hats off to Jason for
That's a 3 mark.
Finding
what really darts is about, right?
Yeah.
Is those small town, local 20 guys that have been playing together for 25 years,
Right.
throwing chalk, and they don't watch darts. They don't. They might watch darts, but they don't care about traveling. They're there for their. They get a Friday night out from their family,
she picked
That's true.
where they're hanging out and having a good time, and whatever they throw, they throw. But they're going to be one to probably prove a point, especially. It's tough to come in here as the underdog, and especially in a battle of the sexes.
It is.
But
I don't know if the strategy is going to be them being full-time steel tip players.
I
the
will
girls
say
being soft tip players.
Tori will understand the math, and she'll help out Heather. And Heather plays steel tip all the time at home.
Okay.
And her husband, Derek, is a very underrated,
That's a 1 mark.
really good dart player, and a very smart
Well, I'm just
dart
talking
player when it
about
comes to
like in
things that are done.
cricket because soft tip you want to point more
Yeah.
before you try to close.
That's fair.
Because when you get to any level, really, it's nothing for somebody to go up and hit a 6 mark or a 9 mark. Are they going to do it all the time? No.
That's a great point. We actually don't know if the league that they play in is a mixture of cricket and 01, right?
Right.
It could be one of those old school just 01 leagues.
the way they're playing, like they understand the game.
Yeah.
They're playing it proper, and just Tori's drilling the 20 right now. Like
That's a 4 mark.
Oh, yeah.
so
Well, I mean, Yeah.
So she's literally taking darts out of their hands. So
Mhm.
they're going to be throwing
Absolutely.
all their darts at the 18, or now they're going to be all 17s.
Yep.
So it's
Well, it's easy once this part of it happens,
Yeah.
right? But when they get that point lead, are they going to take that extra chance at the 20 because they're
Or are
predominantly
they
steel
gonna-
tip players, or are they
or
going
they're
to
stay at the point.
understand the talent of
Right.
Tori and Heather and how they're going to play to point a little bit more often? That's a great point, and one that a lot of overseas players that come over here and play cricket
That point was
don't
in there,
understand
that's all
until
that
they watch
matters.
and get the strategy of it.
Right.
They can be as talented as ever, like Cameron Menzies, and
That's
without
a
the
good shot.
see, like right there, understanding
so
to
if
go
you,
back up and point. She could have stayed there for the last one,
if
but
you watch
doesn't matter.
Heather, like she is straight
Great
on.
fight
She
mark.
has no movement in her throw. It's
No,
an
it-
awesome throw.
It's a great throw. That's what I noticed earlier. Like I knew she was gonna hit what she wanted.
Her biggest issue, like she traditionally plays a lot of soft tip leagues when her and Derek play together. So that not following through, you'll have that tendency to not do that because you can get away with it in soft tip.
Yes,
But she plays enough steel that she can correct it quickly.
that's
So.
good. And that's a big thing with steel tip. You gotta follow through.
Bud Crystal, 200 stars. Thanks, Bud. Appreciate that, brother. I mean, you can read the message. You got it up there, right there.
What's up, bud? You had a good weekend.
All right, never mind. Don't talk to the chat anymore.
You're fired.
You're
What did I do?
it's not what you did. It's how you did it.
Oh, my bad.
Big 6 mark by Kurt.
My bad. I thought you were more personable than that. To people that you know, actually.
That was my person. You know this. I'm glad he's over there laughing.
Close to
that was
16 in
good.
points. So like
Hey, bud.
Hey,
what's up, bud? Buddy.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do with my hands. Hope everyone's having a great time tuning in with us. Hit that like button, hit that share button, guys. This is a battle of the sexes that is showing off two guys who don't travel. Who, if you don't live in Bloomington, you probably have not seen their game very often. Get them out there, right? And then of course you have two of the most talented females in the state who are gonna show up and really,
Drilling that 20.
really show you what's coming from Indiana when it comes to a talent pool of female dart players.
This is a good game.
Well, it's a good game for Heather and Tori right now, but that's a great first
It's a
start.
triple Tori?
He just needs all of them because they're putting that type of pressure on it. Even a 9 mark here really doesn't make him comfortable.
That's a 6 mark.
That's a
Nice.
Shanghai on the 15s, though.
That helps.
6 mark work.
Hey, that's 160 points if you're playing the JDC score sheet. I love when I do references that 0 people get.
That's a 1 mark.
I'm interested in,
I'm lost.
like, that's her playing partners. I'm just going to point and let my partner take care of the closing aspect of it.
Paul Rogers asking a great question. He goes, flashbacks to last night, Sean. I know that seems like a little bit of a joke from him, but honestly, I did
That's a
discuss
3
this
mark.
with the people. I like the timing of this match more so because of what happened last night, right? You had Shea Cole and Olivia Terry, first female pair teaming up for the Women's Choice Challenger Series, taking on Danny Baggish and Chris Grimmel, because the females can pick whoever they want to be their partner, male or
That's a 2
female.
mark.
So they decided to do it for the first time. There was 9-2 scoreline, and it wasn't very close. And honestly, beforehand, we had to do our jobs and say kind of what was real there, and they didn't have. If they would have pulled off the win there, it would have been more unlikely than David versus Goliath, right?
Right.
That's a
Right.
massive upset.
Yeah, so it did not happen. And then, afterwards, Shay kind of made the post that she made, which surprised us a little bit. At the same time,
That's a
we
3
want
mark.
that feedback. We like that
Good
feedback,
close,
especially
good
from an
close.
outside player coming in for that opportunity. And to be honest, the only reason why it's not all female is because of, or doubles female, is because there's not a lot of that pool out there.
Right.
And same thing, a lot of the female talent that is more talented than some of the others are
That's a 1
getting
mark.
the rough end of the stick because they don't have a male partner that's Danny Baggish in their area. And then you have Chrissy Grimmel who does, right?
When-
So
When they first did the women's thing, on the outside looking in, when they announced it, the way it was advertised, it was supposed to, like, in my head, it was women, singles.
Yeah,
women
That's
event.
what I thought.
sure.
It was going to be
And
singles, women.
When that mixed thing happened, it was like, what is going on here?
Right.
And
That's a 1
Good
mark.
darts
a
from
lot
Tori.
of people were confused at what was
For sure.
going
That's
on.
why we now call it the Women's Choice Challenger Series. However, I will say this, that, yeah, we did 2 seasons of this. This was actually our point of we wanted to do at least 2 seasons of the Women's Choice the way that it's set up right now. Look at these darts. Great.
Great Hattie.
hat trick.
Takes the point lead.
And,
There
of course,
it
Heather's
is.
going to go up in point because that's the
She-
smart move.
She's gonna stay
Tim?
there. Well, I could see it. I didn't know if she was going to drop back
Let's
down
do
once
the
she got the point
strategy
lead.
there after the first one, okay? For Roger's going to go right back to the bullseye.
You've been hanging out too many
Um,
Canadians.
No, I just used a weird accent on purpose. But anyway, so yeah, as Roger, we'll
Oh,
talk about it right
double.
after this. Did you look up?
a
Of course you
3-mark.
did, because that's also a smart turn.
Ooh.
You got 3 of them because the single 20 was in there. That's why you went for it, I think, more often
Yep.
than not there. Tori's hammering the 20s. Tim, you play darts.
Yeah,
you
but I was
know
expecting her to
strategy
hit
of
the triple.
darts. But why? If she hit the
That's a 3-mark.
triple, why would you still stay there? Anyway, I get it. It's very barely visible in, in that view.
You can see it.
Kurt's got
Barely.
winning darts.
He sure
Does
does.
have-
It's not really that difficult either.
Nope.
Especially not
That's
now.
Not now.
By the way, that's 4 in a
out.
row. It's
Yeah.
Is there Super Bowls I cam to make
Double,
sure that's
double
in?
7, double 20.
Oh,
It's in. Oh dear Lord.
Double 20.
Double 20 for the win. And he went
And
for the
went
triple, which I
triple.
like. I like that idea. You don't need a Maloney double there. Although in
But
that
there's
moment
still
you
tip.
probably should.
You still tip
Yeah.
players.
But this
They-
is a comeback of epic proportion. And yep, you can't even think about
3-mark.
looking away from that.
No. But with a still tip player, you would take that double shot, I would think.
I agree with you.
I would.
I think steel or soft. I think Tim would agree that you take that double.
Derek Kitchen, 200 stars from the couch. Thank you, Derek. Ooh, that's a straggler.
No score.
It's tough after the first start to adjust anywhere, right? Was he in between what he wanted to do on dart 1? Does that kind of look like that?
Or it slipped out of his hand. Good miss.
Yeah, because I did actually
Go back
add an
up.
extra bullseye. Just at 60, 80 as an extra bullseye.
2-mark.
And listen, let's not sugarcoat this. Kurt has been hitting bowls.
He has.
He's 4 for 4 shooting at him.
3 and 1.
That was not my fault. Neither was that. There's also statistics that that come into play.
There is. There's also commentator
one more.
curses too.
100%. I like the look of those red dragons.
Yep.
All right, 1 bowl needed from Heather to win leg number 1.
That's a
Oh, she
1-mark.
was
That's a good one.
Can we point out that, hey, Derek, instead of sending us 200 stars, you're going to need those $2 to buy her new flights.
Yeah, they're a little bent up.
A little messed up there.
I'd almost get rid of the 20 here.
Those are all around the outside.
No score.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Make it a bull race.
We'll stay at the Super Bowls I can
Yeah,
for Tori.
Tori's not missing. Ideally.
Walking in.
There it
it
is, the double, just to put a little pressure on us. And the commentator's curse happening twice in a row. But the ladies, at the end of the day, pull out leg number 1.
That was a
That was
a match.
almost a heck of a comeback by the gentlemen.
All right. Second leg, it's
was a
open and
match.
open out.
1-0
with Kurt. Let's go
scoreline.
first. All the best. Game on.
Guys, let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know who you have in this match. And, hey, Tim,
Yes, sir.
can you hand me that right there, bud? Appreciate you. Maybe. Don't appreciate you yet. There we go.
There it is.
79.
Nice, 79.
Okay.
Look at Kurt starting out on the
On the
19s.
I mean, if something feels more comfortable, you
Yep.
got to go with it.
And then Tori is always comfortable on the 20s.
See, your
83
83.
out of Tori.
takes the 4-point lead.
Guys, one of our sponsors, one of our main sponsors, A to ZDarts.com, along with Magicware. July is here, and so is the new dart of the month. Enjoy 10% off all Jeff Smith Discovery Label darts and all other Cosmo Discovery Label darts. Plus, you'll get a free Cosmo swag bag with every purchase. You can go ahead and just drop those. The new Target launch is now available to shop on A to Z Darts website. Make sure to also check out the Winmore U.S. Player launch, Fit Flight, Geek Series, and Dax Muna's new dart barrels. Lastly, make sure to check out their blog
41.
for Dax Munna's latest edition of dart tips to give you a competitive edge. Just head on over to AtoZDarts.com for all your darting needs. Love them as a sponsor, mainstay for us. Of course, Sideline Sports Pub, On the Rocks, and Checkered Flag Tavern for the interview cam.
47.
And we saw this actually this past weekend at this Camp Dart Circuit event weekend, where Larry Butler at one point realized that the 20s weren't working for him. And look at this from Tori Gilstrap. Oh,
right
she wanted
there.
it. She threw a great dart, and it kissed right out with those magneto barrels.
That's the only bad thing about a fat barrel.
It
It
a
takes
little
up
bit.
a lot of room.
You're not wrong. I actually think that if Randy ever decided to come up with a
30.
steel tip version of those barrels, it would make a lot of sense for him to that's nice, right?
That was nice.
To maybe put a longer point in there to
Let's
give a
stick
little bit
them
more
out from the
space.
board.
Yeah.
100.
Look at that from
Ladies
Heather
are
Kitchen.
killing it.
Shot.
140, 100 from the ladies. But my point originally when I was talking about the WCS last night is that we're not joking when we say the ladies are probably the favorite in this.
But look at
And you're seeing it right there. Nice
95.
95 from Kurt again.
At least 170.
But yeah, Larry
Shot
Butler
again.
switched from the 20s to the 19s,
137.
and it worked out well. Treble 20?
57
Or treble
tops.
7? Treble 19?
Nope.
Yep.
Bubble.
Actually, going to bring it down low now.
At 102.
32.
It's 95, 105. Sorry.
Roger, you require
Roger.
170.
170. I know Bloomington's got some nice fish and lakes in there. There's
There's
one.
one. Oh.
100.
But a
That's
big
a good-
100 puts a lot of pressure on this 105. And again,
How do
the
you
men,
acquire
95, 100, just to
105?
put some pressure right back on the ladies.
This is where math comes into play. She shot the
You want
bull.
I
go
like
first.
it.
Triple 15.
Oh, she left 45 here.
Got to double out, so 45 don't help.
80.
Leaves 25. Jinx.
Kurt, you require 70.
70 left for Kurt. He might only get one dart at a double.
Trip 18 or trip 10?
I go the 18 route.
He goes go 20.
20.
Bullseye?
Does he?
18
he
for
gonna
double
do this?
16 or 10 for tops?
Oh,
10
man,
for
I hope he goes
tops.
bullseye. Oh, he went for the 18. Unfortunately, leaves. And out still. 38.
Double 19 for the match. For the leg.
For the leg, Tim.
I said leg. I corrected.
Uh-oh. He didn't even.
I don't think he
48.
The math wasn't mathing.
No, it wasn't. It's just,
Tori, you
again,
require
is it
25.
988.
is it a little bit of being here? 23 left. He would like one dart at a double.
Now you got to shoot the bottom,
Bottom of the board, yeah.
Anything on the bottom other than a triple. Yes,
That's
do the
it.
right
You should
thing.
do the right thing.
Yes, do the right thing.
Yep. Double 15.
Double 10.
Double 10.
That's what I meant.
5.
In case you guys are wondering, I'm the
Roger, you
professional here.
require 22.
Double
I-
11.
I allegedly, you know.
Allegedly.
By the way, I do love the fact that we understood what she meant by the right thing.
She has 6.
Yes.
She has 8 left. Double
Yep.
4.
He has 8 left,
Eight,
double
yes.
4.
Damn.
At least I'm getting their genders right. Oh,
No
no.
score.
Busts
No
it.
score.
My math is out of this world, but
How do you require 20?
double 10. That is
Ooh,
so
that is there.
wide on the wire. Oh, man.
What is it?
Double
No
5.
score.
It's a triple.
If her husband would have
Kurt,
bought her
you
new flights for
require
this, that would have made all the
22.
difference.
New flight.
Definitely would have gone in.
Derek.
Set her up for failure for sure.
Absolutely.
Split it? Sure did. Double 10.
And
It's
that's
a
There it
hold
is.
a
shot in the
throw,
second
and the first
leg.
double goes in. 1-1 score line. The ladies have
Good
to still
Kirk
feel
and
pretty
Roger.
good, though. They had 6 darts at the double.
That was some power scoring right there.
Yep. And
Third leg, let's
They
run it back
were,
to the
in
second
front
leg.
the
This
majority
time
of that.
Tori to throw first. All the best. Game on.
Got to hit a double.
Playing 0-1 again. Tori's scoring power was fantastic there. Switch down.
39.
Shot the
I don't know.
bull, maybe?
We're going to go with that. Kurt's going to look at the 19s. At least that's what he did the first time up. So his scoring numbers are the 19s. One of the best in North America. Still bunts. Also,
95.
Likes 19.
when it's just not getting the range on the 20s, it doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't like the 20s because Tops is his favorite out. And he has a lot of 180s. But when he is looking for something to find,
He's
he'll
not
switch
afraid
to the
to
19s.
switch.
He has more 171s than I think anyone on tour in the past 2 years. But we just saw Larry Butler, like I said, switch to that as well yesterday.
56.
And again have a lot of great success. So even, a lot of the old school guys are willing to make those switches. They understand it's just a 9-point difference if you hit 3 of them.
Right.
38.
And it's always funny how the math ends up still mathing depending on what you hit on the 19s versus the 20s. Like, you can still get 26 by going 19.
You can.
7, miss or whatever. Still get 60 by going 19, 20, trip 7. It ends up
57.
being funny how that all ends up working out.
So,
Justin.
I'm really curious
Yeah.
on the guy that designed the dartboard, right?
Okay.
Why he put what he put where he put it.
Oh, I'm so amazingly happy about this question you're about to ask. Go ahead, Justin.
I just asked it.
Yeah, so you're talking about how like the colonials upside down with
No,
like, the V2
No,
and
no,
stuff?
No, the numbers.
The number on the actual
The
board itself.
placement of the
61.
wedges.
Oh, you're talking like the old school, like how they came up with the original thing?
The person
Dude,
who
I
created the
don't know.
dartboard came up with the number system.
For sure.
Yeah.
It seems like it is the
There-
ultimate like
There is
risk reward type of
there is
situation.
a gentleman. His last name's Chaplin from England,
22.
and he has a book out, and he goes over why they picked the numbers they are.
It has to be
It's been
risk
years since I
reward
read it.
kind of thing, doesn't it?
Well, it's more about
Math.
fair play. Like the weirdest part about it is when you have 4 odd numbers, 4 consecutive odd
41.
numbers on the bottom. They're the only thing that really doesn't make any sense. But other than that,
26.
I don't know if nerves is setting in or they're just getting comfortable.
26.
yeah, his name's Dr. Patrick Chaplin.
What, the 180 fascinating dart facts?
Well, he has the whole history of darts and stuff.
I can hear
60.
I can hear the music
Yeah,
in there.
why are we hearing that?
That's pretty good sound. So turn down the board mic. Good. That helped out a lot. It's
Keegan's.
Keegan's. No, it's not.
We're getting a
Def-
lot of
Hey, turn it back up though, because it's now worse, way worse. When you turn them up, it's better.
It's Keegan's mic picking it up.
Yeah, we'll fix it.
55.
It's
We
like
do not
you
own
get
the-
no music now.
We do not own the rights to.
Roger, you require 120.
We got Shanghai on the 20s.
There's one.
Oh, it should get a dart. He will.
That's a great marker.
Tops.
Oh, we
Oh.
left it low.
That's all right. They'll come back. Ladies back on 204. Not the scoring round they had the previous one. And sometimes that happens when you miss a few darts at a double.
It does. Changes momentum.
29.
Does not leave an out
Kirk,
shot.
you require 20.
And in case
He-
you're wondering, Tori's not happy about it.
He hit double 10 last game. Double 5.
10 scored. Yes, sir.
For someone that doesn't not used to having a chalker, he's using them correctly.
Oh, it goes inside. So here's where you. That's fine.
16.
I would have busted it.
I
Yeah.
would have busted it.
They're both pretty much the same option, though, at the end of the day.
At 175, I would have busted.
There you
Because
go.
now you just took
At
41.
175.
No,
you're
I'm
gonna-
saying with them at
okay.
175,
Okay.
I would have
Require
busted because
4.
you took darts out of your partner's hand, in my eyes.
No
Because now he's
score.
only got one miss
That's a good marker.
with the double.
Tori, you require 134.
Not going to be able to take it out, but can put a lot of pressure on the 4.
That's
Ooh,
unlucky.
that
That was
is
in the 5,
unlucky.
but it was
She got
unlucky.
the Kembe Mutombo there on dart 2. That happens sometimes with those
25.
the soft tip darts with the conversion tips, depending on which ones they
But
are.
You can see the hole
Kirk,
in
you
the bottom
require
Yeah.
of
4.
the 5 where she hit it, and it's just too close to the wire.
Yeah, and the wire can just be unkind, a little bit more unkind to those. Just because it's a little bit lighter, it's easier to kind of reflect off of.
The Madhouse. Double 1.
Not a bad marker for
That's
it.
a great marker.
Yeah,
And
it
he
is.
hits it again, Kurt. Showing us
It's a Kirk and Roger.
doubles make a difference. They take a 2-1 lead here in this race to 7.
Mm.
Already
All right, guys. You know what time it is.
right
It's
around
cricket
the
time. It's
score
time.
that
It's
Tim
Kirk
was
to throw first.
was predicting here for the ladies. But it's back to cricket. Tim?
All the best game on.
Hey, there we go.
Good job.
You
Calm down.
didn't have to throw your phone for that.
That's a 3 mark.
Solid.
Huh.
Good start on the-
I did say the quote correctly.
That's fair. That's fair.
How's it going,
Mr.,
Ron? Big Ron. Big news for Ron Thompson.
Yeah?
With got signed with the Baker
That's a one.
Boys Appliance.
Nice. Good.
Yep.
Good for him. That's awesome, Ron. Congratulations to you, sir. I know you'll represent that company extremely well.
Absolutely. Ron's a good dude.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
like Ron.
All right.
Also hit the barbecue
That's a 2.
bullseye
He
shot last night for $536.
That'll work.
I missed that shot 3 times one night.
My good friend and colleague, Mr. Anthony Eugenia.
That's a 1.
Yesterday I mentioned that scoring for show, doubles for dough is,
Yeah.
And he was like, well, it's almost, Bobby George said trebles for show, doubles for dough. And, it's called scoring for show, doubles for dough.
That's
Just
2
just found it. But,
I see that.
but yeah, it could be the reverse. I could actually have been the one that said it wrong. I'm just going to pretend it was myself.
Richard Jones, 200 stars. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate
Tori is
ya.
very unhappy with that first start. Like, very, very, very upset.
That's
but-
a 2 mark.
Recoups, you can see the body language starting to change a little bit, right?
It is.
They need to remember, first of all, it's long format, race to 7. But also, as competitive as this is going to be, this is the more fun you have,
That's a 5
the less pressure then you feeling, you know?
Right.
The gentlemen are firing right now.
They are.
Easier said than done, by the way.
Ooh.
That's a 1 mark.
Right on it, too.
All right. Kurt, stepping up, looking to the 18s. They got a 100-point lead, or no, an 81-point lead. And
That's a 1 mark.
Tori's going to get a chance here on the 18s to really put them back in it. A 1.3 average in this one is definitely below par for them. And
She pulled that way low.
yeah, which is not like Tori.
No score.
And then over
And that's
adjust there
just
on
the
dart
over,
3.
correct.
Gotta get back to throwing the darts.
Yep.
Ron said he's playing with Tori and Jolyn in the Schaefer Showdown.
Ooh, that's a good team.
Yeah, that's going to be a great team.
That's a 2 mark.
Sorry, guys, I'm pulling back up
That's a 3
the
mark.
chat now. Someone made me look up a book on Amazon real quick and purchase it.
Sean Green's watching.
Yep, it just popped up there, I'm sure.
I guess Ron and Jolyn are throwing together in doubles, too?
That's a
The
3
showdown?
That makes
Cool.
that makes some sense.
It's gonna be a wrecking ball right there.
Oh yeah,
Jolyn with
great first
69
start from Tori.
stars. Thanks, Jolin.
Appreciate that, bud.
That's a 3 mark.
Only 3. After that first start, you can see the frustration. The frustration overall. And again, this is where those moments of it's okay not to be perfect, right? You just got a 3 mark, which is probably above your average in cricket on steel tip anyway. Yet disappointed in the result, right?
Right.
And you see a dart player who has really worked on their mental game in the professional level, like Dimitri Vandenberg, where he will fist pump just one treble that he hits every time to kind of remind himself that that's just as important as like a 180, and just doing his job is all he needs to do.
Right.
And then he throws a 9-darter.
Yeah, I just seen that.
One of the better double 12s.
That's a 1 mark.
For sure. Not as good as Spellman's, but one of the better ones. Great first start from Tori. Now she's got to follow it. Just like that. That was an unlucky one that didn't grab in.
That's a
Okay.
5 mark.
Throwing
That's
it
a
with a little
good
bit more
5.
pop again.
It's a good 5.
A little bit more pop.
Tell she's following through now.
Back to a 1-point game.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Always Kyrie.
We love Kyrie.
You guys
We-
shout out
we
Richard Jones,
do.
200 stars way earlier.
I
Guys,
did.
let's.
I did.
Perfect.
That's
Appreciate
2 mark.
everybody tuning in with us once again. Sean Green, Justin Fairbanks, our guest host this evening. And, of course, the Philly legend right there in the controls.
That's me.
And
That's a 5 mark.
what's going to end up
Big
happening
ol'
is
5.
Good big 5.
I'd say in about the next 5 to 10 minutes, Jason's probably going to wander over here when he realizes that we're not focusing on the darts as much as we should be. I know he's not listening right now. You know how I know?
'Cause
He
he's
hasn't
not
come in
over
here
here.
yet.
Because he's not over here.
Here is Kurt Bauer, Bloomington, Indiana. Throws those Red Dragon 24-gram darts, playing for 40 years.
That's a 1 mark.
One of his dart mentors is, I think, everyone's dart mentor. One of them, the
Yes.
fantastic Phil Taylor, as far as his game, and
think-
everything like that.
I think everyone over the age of 50
Yep.
it's Phil Taylor.
Yes.
And
That's a
that's
3
just because the people under the age of
Big
50 just have not seen Phil Taylor videos yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Great
Phil
job. And the
Taylor's
ladies are
great.
starting to get back in this with those 16s and 15s, and Tori's
16
doing a
time.
lot.
16-time world champion.
I was a
16-time match play
big
champion.
fan of Adrian Lewis.
That's a
I
2
lo-
mark.
I love how he got his nickname. I love everything
Mhm.
about it. I don't know if you heard that story.
Mm-mm.
He was in Vegas and he was 19 years old and he had a jackpot for like $75,000.
Oh,
And-
nice.
That's a 3 mark.
And
Great,
it's legal,
solid shots there from Heather.
legal in England.
Yeah.
They wouldn't pay him out because he was under 21.
No.
So that's how he got jackpot.
Oh, man.
If everyone's interested, our friend Kyrie's window tinting and films has some openings
Oh.
this week.
Absolutely.
That's a 3 mark.
Does some amazing work if you need your windows tinted.
And that's the last time we do that ad read for free, Kyrie. So reach out if you want any more. They do come with a price. And no, it's not just being a good personality. That's where you got the first one for free. I'm just kidding.
Kyrie's great people.
He is. I'm throwing with Kyrie on Monday nights.
Sorry about that.
It's fun. It's fun.
I'm sure it's fun, but I'm sorry that you have him as your
Always
partner.
squeeze that in there on the third dart.
Your back has to hurt a lot.
Actually, you'd be surprised.
All right, will you just be mean to people for once, guys?
No,
Stop
I
making us
can't
sound like the
be-
jerk.
I can't be mean to Ree.
Janice
okay?
Eileen, 100 stars. Thanks, babe.
No score.
You know you give them all crap when you're like just talking to a friend. Just be that way now. I'm just kidding with you, man. You just did that with Jason earlier. He's like, "Yeah, I don't really like him." And you're like, "Yeah, actually, he's a great person." He's like, "Yeah," and they had to backtrack real quick. Because like, if you go with it, then he's not the jerk. But if you don't, then it turns out that person's the jerk.
Oh.
So I was just gonna call you out for not being more of a jerk like normal instead of just letting me sound like that one.
I understand.
All right, Tori's gonna have to look at the bowls if she doesn't just decide to close everything. Well,
Dropped it low.
that left a lot to be desired there. That's releasing the dart way too late.
Better.
Just getting a
Getting it
little
back
stuck
up
in her
there.
hand, huh?
Yep.
It doesn't look any different, Tim. than what she's been doing.
No, she's not throwing as hard.
Yeah, you can tell when the release is there, it
Yeah.
pops into the board.
No score.
And it's tough to get that adjustment from time to time.
And the gentlemen are just going to go bull point until
Yeah.
they get it closed out.
But this is about where the gentlemen were in that first cricket leg, and they came all the way back. But it's because they hit 6 bowls and
2
back
rounds.
to back, pretty much. Yeah,
Derek
but
Kitchen
it got
says
the 2 in there.
the ladies will turn it around with 500 stars. Thank you, Derek, from the couch.
That away, Derek. Again, that's $7 now, and that's about as much as a new pack of L style flights.
I think she's gonna need some new flights.
No score.
Oh, this is big right here.
Gotta get the point lead here.
Well, it's 3 bowls to do that.
Did you
Yeah,
see
there's
this
one.
this new chat thing? Bring them on video.
That's a 2 bar.
What?
Scott Estel's watching. Art Boucher's watching. It says bring them on video.
Who on video?
What?
What does that mean?
Oh, bring them on.
Try it. See what happens.
Where are you seeing? Where are you seeing
That's
that?
a 2 bar.
Oh,
Oh, that's weird. No,
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
we're not doing that.
that. Well, no, they didn't ask for it. That was Facebook that's making that recommendation.
That's a 1 bar.
Hence the blue. Oh, yeah.
Probably want to charge us for it. Or
Jason
something.
hears any of this, I'm telling you, he's going right in there. He might storm in here faster than I've ever seen him run.
Kurt needs 3 bulls here.
And they're starting to play with that fire. They threw so many bowls.
Now he's going to point.
Well, right, but remember, Kurt hit 4 bowls in a row in the first leg of cricket.
That's a
He
1
does
bar.
point,
It was 18.
and now he's 0 for 6, which is giving the ladies an opportunity.
He's
And
at
the
least
ladies
2
are
here.
extremely talented. You can't keep giving them opportunities.
yeah.
Frustrated, but
She threw that one
a
correctly,
double
though.
will work. Yeah, she tried to, I think, flip it up over.
When you're blocked out, would you still shoot it, or would you try to close one of the other numbers
Oh, that's a good
in that
question.
situation?
Because I can move all the way to the garage door and feel comfortable, like taking that shot, I would just try and move to where I'm not blocked. Would be
good
would be
shot.
my answer on that one,
Right.
just because that double bowl means so much more than closing one of their numbers. It's almost a pointless
It
start if you
does.
don't take the shot at it.
I get that, but if you hit it, you're good. If you don't, a closed number could help you out too.
The only thing with that, I mean, you can close the 18 because you only
That's
need
2
one.
bar.
Right.
And there's 2
Now, yeah,
bowls.
here's the pressure.
He needs 2 just to get the point lead. But 2 would also give him her winning darts on that first dart. In case you guys did not hear that,
Yeah,
she's
she
there. It
closed-
is.
she closed the 18.
She actually just talked into fruition because she said, "Why couldn't that first dart just been in the 18?" And then she got her wish on the second dart.
All right, Roger just needs 1 bull here. Take a 3-2 lead.
3-1 lead.
Is it 3-1?
Yeah.
No score.
Okay, the score is still available at the bottom of the screen there. Because for some reason you have that up too high.
I didn't do it.
Well, someone has it up too high. And you're sitting in the seat, so that makes it your fault.
No score.
Because you're the only one that can fix it.
I didn't do it.
So you focus on not fixing the problem and just saying that it wasn't your problem.
It's above my pay grade.
And that's game shot.
And there it is for
fourth.
Kurt. Kurt getting it done
Just got
again.
right.
Talk about the closer.
Yes,
He's
Closer
won
Kurt Bauer.
He's closed every leg.
Yeah.
That brings our score line.
He has 2 doubles, and
3-1
then
in
that
favor of the
bullseye will
guys.
do it.
Up to the 5th leg now. It's back to
3-1
0-1.
men.
This time it's the ladies. that go
Gents,
first.
we all picked the
Oh, the
ladies.
best
We
came up.
did.
And
They're fixing to turn
I-
it around right
no,
here.
I was going to say I still am 100% on board with that decision, even at the scoreline currently. But I'm impressed with how the gentlemen have kind of been able to handle the talent that they're facing on the other side. They're just, again, doing their job, doing enough. There's only a 60 average or a 50 average, that what it says, which is just staying out in front enough. When it gets down to the finish, they're setting themselves up a little bit better than the ladies are.
Yep.
And that's been kind of the difference.
Being in the age group that they are, I don't think the technology and the streaming is even affecting them at all. They're just throwing darts. There's a dartboard in front of them. They're throwing darts.
I mean, Jason's in that same age bracket, and he runs a streaming company. So technology catches up to everybody. By the way, now I know he's definitely not listening. Do you think he just forgot about the show?
He probably did.
Probably took a nap.
He's probably asleep.
He could be.
Napping.
I wonder if you guys can guess what just happened.
That's a big.
Oh, he finally remembered that he was still on the show. Here comes Kurt stepping up. Tori, exactly. Back to that scoring prowess that we saw from her earlier.
Here we go. Talked it into existence.
Was that you?
It was you.
I didn't do that.
It was all you.
Oh, I was talking about the. Never mind.
Now, first of all, we're going to start off by talking
61.
about the same age bracket comment.
What are you trying to say about Roger and?
I hope I look
Kurt.
that good when I get to that age.
Well, it's only like 2 years away. You're not that far off. I can keep going if you want. Hi, Jason, the man, the myth, the old legend. Jason Ives.
Well, what do we think? I was just telling Derek outside, this might be the best thing for Tori and Heather. To put a little pressure on them. They're not going to come in here and coast. They've got to work for it.
Well, it's also the dynamic of being the favorites, knowing that you're the favorites stepping into this for the most part, knowing that you just have to do your job and that's enough, can sometimes actually put a little bit of pressure on it. And then you're right, Tim, for Kurt and Roger, back to like not making fun of Jason, they're handling this as if it's just a normal league night. And I think them being partners, knowing each other extremely well, helps a lot with that.
I would say the biggest change is after the first leg, Kurt went straight to the 19, and he hasn't left the 19.
He threw 19 on the first leg.
Towards the end of it. But in the beginning, he was shooting the 20, and it wasn't working for him. He just went right to the 19. And he hasn't gone back to the 20.
And what's up, Dave? Camille in there,
26.
one of the players that played a couple weeks ago that surprised us all. And she was very talented and showed it. It says, "Get it, girls."
I can't say it enough. Around this state, and I'm sure, it may be similar in other states too. I just don't have the opportunity to travel like I do here. Around this state, there is a lot of really talented dart players. And, when I say talented, they're playing at above what their level shows.
Yeah.
They may not be pros. They may not be going to bullshooter and to all the different tournaments and travel and all that, but there's a lot of really good dart throwers that are just great people out there. And on the Siege, that's, quite frankly, is what we get to highlight.
Look at that. There's one of them. That's Kurt. He is a scoring maestro on those 19s.
Oh, yeah. But, folks, I said it in the intro, and I'll say it again. If you get a chance either on a Friday night or on a Tuesday night, get out and see some of these folks. The Muddy Boots Dart Club, the Bloomington at the Video, the Vid Saloon, it's what it's called in Bloomington. But get out and meet some of these folks. There's some great, great people.
Evened it up, mate. 90 left.
And we love bringing some surprises, some no names onto the Siege.
I know you weren't listening earlier when I gave you props for once.
To you? No.
Ryan Watson, 500 stars. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Rhino.
Rhino.
Can someone turn down Tim or Jason's microphone? He has learned how to project.
You taught him well.
Tori is balking there on 2 darts. That's interesting.
Triple 10 here.
Has she ever done that before? Okay.
I think she was doing the math, and she thinks she messed up.
Well, she didn't mess up.
No, but she corrected it. That's why she did that.
Did we go 25 for tops here?
Yeah.
I'm a triple 15 guy with 3 darts in my.
You know what? So is Kurt.
Yep. And we did that last time on a 70. Remember?
18.
He get the 50 and
double 16.
Double
for the
16.
leg.
The closer.
Ooh.
Doesn't hit it.
Yeah. Sean, you were going to say something nice about me. I want to remind you about that.
We will after this
15
leg,
tops.
if I remember.
All right.
I mean, if you remember,
There's
but we know
I'll
you're
write it
Dementia
down.
stepping in.
Ooh.
30 left.
Double 15. And
Should
her
be
first dart actually leaves a good mark.
Ooh.
25.
And that last start left a good mark on the 15.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Gonna have to paint that again for next week.
Get out the white out.
Double 16 for Roger.
There's a perfect hole right there in the double 16.
And it will ruin Kurt's nickname if Roger hits this.
A 4-1 lead.
Double 8.
Oh, that's a good marker.
That's a great marker.
16.
I'm not going to worry about that little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens to all
So
of us.
Tori has 30 left.
30.
Going to attack it.
Ooh.
I like the
Ooh.
dart.
Ooh.
That's a great
7
dart,
for
though.
double 8. Double 4.
Or 3 for double 6.
Decide before you throw it.
I actually like the deciding before your stance here.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Because that can happen
Yeah.
otherwise, right?
That's the worst. So the two
Because
numbers.
then you're
you're-
adjusting already
Turkey
there.
requires
But the two numbers
16.
you're debating on are one wedge apart from each other.
Yeah, no, I agree
So-
with that. It's just
Me, though, I would have already figured that out before I even stepped to the line. So you're throwing double 15. You should already know if I go single,
Score.
I need to go 7 double 4.
right. But Tori's more talented, and
Heather,
she
you
didn't think she was going to
require
miss.
30.
So
Ladies really need
This is
we
true.
have to think
This
that
is true.
through a little bit
This
better.
is true.
Can we talk to Derek about those flights?
Yeah, that's terrible. And she throws
Listen,
the
we've-
worst one last.
You know who's the happiest about watching
Okay,
Heather Kitchen play
okay.
right now? Ryan Sensbach.
Roger, you require 16.
Because his flights look brand new
Yeah.
compared to those.
Yep, and they were terrible.
And again, he's had the audacity to give us stars when he could just buy her new
Double
flights.
4. Didn't he hit a double 4 last time? I believe he did.
Nobody
That's
misses
game
double
shot
4.
in the
Nobody
fifth leg.
misses double 4, and that's a 4-1
Check
lead.
that
And that's
But-
actually his first double for Roger.
Yeah, because
But yeah.
Kurt's at every double other.
Other than that, you're right. I know you weren't watching though. So 4-1 score line here for Roger and Kurt. The ladies are in
Still
trouble.
on the 0-1 train.
Jason?
This time it's Kirk to throw first.
I'm going to ask Justin, what do
All
they
the
have to do to get
best
back
game
in this?
Just settle down and focus and throw. Like, I think it might be nerves
Well,
for both of them, really.
we saw
even-
them come out the gate firing. They won leg number 1. For me,
29.
nerves go away after you win the first one, right? Because you settle in, and a lot of players, that seems to be the case. However, as soon as they missed 6 starts at double in leg 2, after going 140, 100 to be way ahead in that, they've struggled since then. Is that
They haven't hit a double,
22.
yeah?
which is it's
story of
crushing.
my life.
It's crushing.
Yeah, and so again, you're saying nerves. Whatever. Is it like the panic of, can we actually hold up our end of the bargain of getting this accomplished?
I think could be a little bit.
Usually they don't skew the numbers to be like. Usually we're nicer and we're like 7-6, 7-5, no matter what, right?
Yep.
And we all went bold
I
on
didn't.
that one.
I went to last leg decider.
65.
Yeah, well, again,
There's a double.
the people who are actually commentators, who were realistically thinking about it. That being said, you're the only person that knows Roger and Kurt
Sure.
in a better capacity, right? So,
Yep.
and again, what I was going to say nicely about you
All right.
earlier, as we get back to it, is it is a
29.
huge testament to you to travel to these local small communities where the whole vid probably has never heard of the siege before.
First of all,
you
how,
walked in
how
there.
did you find them? Like they don't advertise.
You are like a weird
45.
scout that scouts Indiana for talent.
I enjoy darts. I enjoy playing darts. I enjoy talking to people about darts and meeting some of these people. And you meet all kinds of characters. And it's just a relief. I've known about the vid for a long time. So let's take a little stock here. Roger and Kurt, they come here. They've seen the siege before. A lot of people down in Bloomington have seen the siege before, but they didn't realize how big it was. I think, and they didn't understand that the referee was actually going to keep score for them too. So they walk in here and they get a little.
There's lights in front of you.
Yeah, they get they see the spotlights, they see the things, and then they start to worry about their own scoring and having to keep score, and they've got this new dart connect, and they don't know what they're doing there. And then Keegan talks to them and says, "No, I'm going to keep score for you." So immediately they have a certain amount of stress released from their shoulders.
41.
And
The
Tori and Heather
big-
walk in, and everybody's telling them they're favorites. They're going to win. They're
Right.
going to blow them out. And so there's very little pressure on them. They're somewhat relaxed. After the first 4 games, they're down 3-1, or down 4-1 after the first 5 games. So all the pressure's on
76.
them right now. Where
Hey.
Kurt and Raj can just sit back and throw.
Josh
you know,
Reardon,
so-
200 stars. Thank you, Josh.
Hey, huge shout out here. As a, I mean, typical Hugsman move, right? It took me 3 passive aggressive moments before he actually did it.
Flights
But
right
Derek Kitchen says flights are in the mail, Sean.
there. And 500 more stars.
And with 500 stars, so he's also, it's a weird flex, but that's okay. To let you know that still has money left over for more stars,
Yeah, and
which
I'll
I appreciate. And thank you so much, Derek, for being you.
And if
and-
you're in the market for a hot tub,
Hit up Derek Kitchen.
yeah, you hit up Derek Kitchen.
Royal Spa up
Royal
on Pendleton
Spa.
Pike.
Then
Yeah.
how about Magneto's sponsored player, Garrett Hollingsworth, who's done a lot of great videos and stuff like that and showed a lot of his stats. He's doing a great job being an ambassador for Magneto Darts.
Yep.
I'm proud of him with that 530 stars sent our way. Appreciate that, brother.
He's
Thanks, Garrett.
throwing his barrel very well right
Yeah.
now.
Yep. And I think Randy's doing a fantastic job of picking out some great people to represent his brand a little bit.
I've been
And,
very
yeah,
impressed.
yeah.
I've always been very impressed with his
I also like
decision making.
the way he's doing it with like tournaments,
92.
grand board tournaments.
Yeah.
Taking people from that. That's pretty
No,
cool.
It was
doing-
fun.
Wish I could get him on the siege.
He won't come.
The cool part is he plays in the Phoenix Premier Cup final, right?
Yep.
Dominates that.
Yep.
And then, do you think it's a weird coinkydink that Magneto was watching that day, and the next day he's let's announce that he's actually really with Magneto Darts now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And we don't get anything. No.
Nor do we want it. What we got was excitement that Jolin is now a sponsored player for Magneto.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Based on his own talent and not anything that we did. He
Yeah.
still has to go out there and earn that, but to be able to give a platform to at least show that talent a little bit is always fun.
It's fun to watch these young players get the backing and the sponsorship
24.
that you need sometimes to get them going.
It gets expensive
It does.
traveling tournaments.
It's expensive sponsoring players too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the whole one we've done. So we know from a lot of experience,
80.
80, hey, that'll work. It puts a little bit of
Roger,
doubt.
Maguire,
82 left.
40.
Roger has tops.
Well, it's not a double 4. Can he hit it?
There's a 4 in the number, though. And again, he only has hit that once. It's not like it's his favorite for some reason. Oh, it goes
drug it
inside.
low.
All right, you guys are doing a fantastic job.
After
Justin,
you
thank you for
acquire
joining us
82.
today.
Hey, thank you
Do
for having
appreciate
me.
it, my friend.
And this is a great thing you're seeing here, Heather, going through the options with Tori. In this situation, I do like the bullseye route because it could give you a shot at tops if you at least do the right thing. She goes to 14s instead. That might be only one dart at a
18 for bull. I'll shoot the 18.
and that's where you got to think that through as
22.
well, right? So if you're going to go the 14 route, you got to know exactly
gotta
like
know
you
your
said.
miss.
Justin. Yeah,
You got to know your miss.
and that's a lot of players' next step to getting better at the math is they know the math, and then as soon as it goes awry, what do you do from there?
Right.
Next
And of
game
course,
shot in the sixth leg.
Of course,
Six,
Kurt.
Kirk and Roger.
Hits the double.
I quit.
You're all right.
course, Kurt.
But I don't know. Tim may agree with this, but
closer.
after you
Our
do,
final leg before our
after you play for so
intermission.
long, doubling
It's
out,
once again
double
0-1.
out games,
This time
it
it's Tori to
becomes
throw first.
non-math anymore.
Yeah.
All the best. Game on.
It just, you know what you got, you hit it, and you know what the next dart is.
Well, that's why sometimes I just blatantly say the wrong thing. It's because I just expect my brain to do it for me now, and sometimes it just is still
45.
my normal brain.
Right.
I hate it when that shows back up.
Yeah. Like
my advantage in scoring was when I first started. I had a chalk. I didn't play. I just sat there and chalked all day. So that's how I learned my math personally.
57.
It's just a matter of understanding that. Now with a lot of soft tippers, they're told what they shoot. They're told what they have left. And then the newer steel tipper
60.
players, they're
they got
blessed with
dart connect.
Dart Connect. So
Right.
the board shows you what you have, right? So,
And when I was coming up,
but you
we
still
had
need to understand
chalk.
what you need to do.
we had to chalk when I started playing,
36.
and it helps.
All right, Tori needs to follow through here. Solid darts here. And we are joined by Mr. Jolin Harris. Jolin, how you doing, sir?
Doing great.
It's a big 80. Jolin, how's it going?
Doing pretty good.
How would you
That's good.
assess Tori's start game today?
Well, she came today not feeling the best. so I think it's affecting her a little bit. But I think she'll find it. She needs that pressure on her.
33.
It's just gonna make her better.
It will. She just needs to follow through and stay confident.
3.
That's an unlucky dart, unlucky round there from
That is.
Heather. I mean, they're very well thrown darts. So, Jolyn, what do you said? You're officially a Magneto darts player.
Yes, I am. Definitely
And-
happy to be a part of that.
And what do you have coming up in your dart game? Any tournaments coming up?
Yeah, I got the Just Start City, the
Summer Showdown.
Summer Showdown. I don't know when any of the dates are. Tori does all that, so I got a lot coming up, I guess.
So Just Start Cities is August 23rd,
73.
23rd through the 25th.
I'll be playing with Johnny Laney for the first time, so that'll be pretty fun. And
Cool story, bro.
Cool story,
and I get
bro.
to team up with Tim again and Trips.
And then
Us and Angela
30.
Boucher gonna win
Yep.
trips.
the showdown's the 15th through the 18th of
Yes,
August.
that one's also going to be a fun one.
And that's the one you're playing with Ron.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, are you playing with Ron all weekend? Doubles, trips, and
Yeah, me and Ron are teaming up the whole weekend.
there you go.
That'll be a good match.
As we are joined back by Mr. Sean Green. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, thank you so much. I went over there for a second. So, Jolyn, we brought you on for one reason, right? I'm not used to seeing Tori struggle when she plays.
91.
And you play with her every day, all day.
See, I'm not a
You've
calculator.
seen her grow as a dart player. What does she need to do that you think that she's not doing? It's obviously not related to her form very much. That's still pretty textbook. What else? What does she need to do?
41.
I think she just needs to want to win a little more. Coming into today, she doesn't really know the people she's playing, so I guess it wasn't as much of a issue for her to win. So I think once she gets that feeling of wanting to win this game, she'll bring her darts
79.
back.
Right.
We saw them kind of very smiley,
How do you
jokey,
require
jovial before the match
154?
started, right? And even in that first leg that they came back and won. Now, the ladies were cruising early in that one and then almost lost it at the end.
Yep.
Saved it, and that's been their only leg that they've been able to
40.
hold so far. Is there some sort of – is it now a little bit more stressful on Tori? Because it looks like she's almost over wanting to win right now, in my opinion. But you know better than her or than me,
Yeah, I think
not than her. I want to make sure not to get you in trouble by saying that and then you're
Right.
agreeing with it.
Yeah, I think she just needs to win
Tori,
one.
you
She
require
needs to win one more.
114.
Get that.
This 114 might
Feeling.
get that
Oh,
Fire,
that would
right?
really get it.
96 left.
96 left, triple 20 for double 18.
It's actually a decent marker for that trip. 18
Mm.
too.
All right, trip 17, leave tops.
And she's just barely missing too.
28.
Is that the frustration right there? Like, then
Turn
not
require
recovering after the second dart?
Yeah, she just feels like she's not all the way wanting to get it right now.
All right. Well, I promised you that I
144.
wasn't going to bring you on for very long, and I appreciate you coming on here. I'm excited to see you at Showdown. It's always watching you grow as a dart player. Huge shout out and congratulations
How do
to
you
you for
require
being a
86?
Magneto Darts. We
Sure.
joking
Triple
earlier.
18.
That has nothing to do with us. It has to do with you. So we appreciate that. 81 left.
Trip 19, trip 15.
Trip 17 for 30. Yep. Which
That's
you think about, yeah.
Roger, you require 104.
Roger 104.
I'm not shooting the 20 with 104. I'm shooting
16s.
bottom of the board. 19, 16.
He goes right up there. And
Double 12.
double 12. He's going to get a dart at this. This would be pretty devastating with Tori back there itching to
Yeah.
get this 44 opportunity.
I think she's ready for it too. So
Yeah, and I think if she hits it, it makes all the difference.
Ooh.
There we go.
Almost hits the 104.
12 doubles.
Tori, you require 44.
First dart's important to get 2 darts at a double. And that's why, because now you're like, I'm already behind.
39, 7 double 16.
Yeah, and you got to throw that
Stay
7 or
away from the
19.
triple.
You got to throw that 7 or 19 wire. All
There
right,
it is. Come on,
32.
hit it.
Correct.
Oh,
At least 24.
And did you notice she said nope right away, almost like she
Kirk, you
knew she was going to miss it. And that's
Yeah.
never
She-
that she never has that.
I don't
It's-
like Kurt coming up here.
No,
but
not at all.
That single,
He hasn't
hitting
really
that single
shot
at the
high.
beginning is really hard sometimes.
And if Kurt does hit this reminder, it's a race of 7, so he
that
won't
he
now.
will not hit it.
So
But
I've
it's-
noticed.
But this is a must-win leg for the ladies
So
to
he need-
really stay in this
100%.
at the break.
I've noticed playing with Tori too that if it's like a really must-win game, it like her third dart, she just wants to like float it in and just kind of place it
That's
instead
not
of
that's not her. That's everybody.
And
Everyone's trying to
instead of
place
throw it.
Yeah.
15 left.
He should leave a 7 for double 4.
I actually always go the 3 for double 6, but that's because I
the side of the board.
just like that.
I'd rather go.
right spot
I'd
on with the
rather go
double.
4-2, double 4, double 2, double 1.
Absolutely.
Well, because nobody misses double 4.
Nobody wants double 3.
I like
No.
double 12, so. I'm
Well, that's
busted.
already gone now.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
you
got
busted?
15
I'm
left.
busting.
He does go
Wow.
for the 3 to leave double 6. So Heather's going to step up and take care of this one anyway.
They need this.
Yes. Both of them do. Got to find it.
Walk it in.
Be aggressive here. He is.
18 leaves
You just
6.
mentioned no one likes double 3.
There it is. Tim.
Roger, you require
Double 3.
12.
And Roger might end up on that number here in just a second, too. Let's stay here on the full screen.
That's a good
It's a
marker.
great mark.
Double 3.
No score.
No
Ooh.
score. Busted on the 17, I believe. So Tori's going
Tori
to get a look.
requires 6.
6-6. Or 6-12.
And
There
she
it
drills
is.
it.
In
That
the
was
seventh
big.
leg.
The
And
girls
that
are back.
Is
The
a
Heather story.
weight off the
All right,
shoulder.
ladies
Joel,
and
thanks for
gentlemen,
joining us,
think
bud.
about a
You got to see
minute.
Tori hit that first double, and it's
Oh,
going
yeah.
to maybe make the difference. I
I
know
think it will. I think it will.
Derek's in the background, by the way, celebrating that immensely. So let's hear from our wonderful sponsor, A to Z, and take a look at Jen Mounts and all the talent that she still has, even though she thinks that she never played darts anymore. We'll be right back.
Jules Van Dongen, the Dutch Dragon, brand new signature darts as a part of the Winmore US player launch. I'll be doing an in-depth review of his soft tip and steel tip variations, of course. Stretching it out because someone suggested a 95 checkout, and I am not feeling very confident yet because I filmed the steel tip portion first. But we're aiming for the 19s, and if we miss into the single 19 like it did, we go treble 16 for double 14. But no dice. Gonna have to reset for attempt number 2. She gets the treble 19. Miss outside on the double. And miss inside because you suck. Attempt number 3 always comes by so fast. We've got the treble again. And she gets a cheeky double in the corner.
All right. So while the guys are getting back in there in the league, I'm just going to quickly go to magicwear.com. We have 3 jerseys available. You have our Siege 1 jersey, which is the blue one, the Siege 2, which is the red knight jersey, and the Siege 3. Who was that?
I'm wearing the Red Knight jersey tonight.
I'm wearing the V3
Hey, look at
red,
that.
white, and blue jersey.
So, Tim, let's talk about this, right? As Jason just said that into the microphone so everyone heard it. But original idea for you, original question. How does that break affect both teams, right? The ladies just finally get a leg back on the board. Tori should have a relaxed demeanor coming in, but then she walks in here, right, and the stress on her face,
I think
was
she's
not a
so. You missed it. Jolynn said that she's not feeling well today. And
yeah. I actually did know that.
If you know Tori, you know she has
Yep.
a severe medical issue, and
couple autoimmune disorders. That
so I mean
bad luck.
that's huge.
Yep.
But I think on the flip side of that is Heather being able to get out of there and have a few words with Derek, who
is there
basically got her
comfort
in the
and-
darts and they're comfortable together. That may calm her down.
All right, ladies
That-
and
that's-
gentlemen, welcome
Yeah,
back
he's not on.
in the
He is on.
eighth leg. This time it's Kirk with a
Wow.
first, and it's Jules. All the best. Game on.
When he was doing it earlier, but I had the mic
What's
off.
the timestamp on that one?
924, 925.
27. Stop it. 27-20 or something like that. There's a burp from Keegan. All right. Let everybody know that even the professional one amongst us all, Keegan Ives, was the only one to get paid. Nice little burp there.
No score.
Even the best can make their mistakes. All right, Tori wide open here on the 20s, and she was great at these in leg number 1. Getting control of them will really help, and of course she goes 1 and 5 on the first 2.
Camille Andrew Norris, 99 stars. Thank you, Camille.
No score.
Right away ruins the
That's your old
momentum.
lady, like
So we're open and open.
Are all the mics turned down a little bit too much? Or yeah, they are.
I can turn
Sure.
them up.
Yeah. That's.
2 marks.
Were we off too?
No.
Now do me a favor here, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Turn them down just a little bit more, and then our headset are just up a little bit too high. I think that's the problem.
That's a 3 mark.
Hey, that'll work. Heather does.
That's a bit close.
Yeah, she really steps up.
That's a big 3 mark.
And that's also going to help. Heather just kind of doing her job, realizing, hey, I got to step up when I need to.
And her technique's conducive to being
100%.
straight on darter.
Yes.
We've seen quite a few 5 marks.
If she doesn't have to move too much, she's solid on it.
Now Tori gets to attack the number that the gentlemen have scored on really well.
And you can really hear in the dart when it hits the board when she's actually physically throwing
Yes.
the dart properly.
That's a 1 mark.
You're not wrong. A huge shout out here. This is Roger Bowlen. Roger from Bloomington, Indiana, throwing the 24-gram Harrow Fires. The mentor, Wild Bill Turman. Been playing for 38 years. Shout out to the Video Saloon Dart Gang and the Muddy Boots Dart Club.
We need to get a group and go down there one weekend.
I don't know. They might not like us all to go at the same time. How about that from Heather Kitchen? She is doing.
I thought she squeezed that third one in there.
She's doing great. You might be spot on here, getting to come in and have a little
Take a breather, talk to
coach,
Derek.
have a little coaching session. Just get a little insight. Maybe we can bring in Coach Kitchen here in just a minute to see what was maybe said during the break, if anything.
I would say like he knows her. No one knows her game better than he does.
Let's definitely just speculate what he said.
And say, well, no, he probably was able
I'm
to
just
say,
kidding. With
hey, this is what I saw. This is what you're not doing. And
right, but it'd be nice to know, like specifically, like what he said. But he's not taking my passive aggressive things anymore.
Garrett, I didn't do too bad on
Jason. It. To get him over here. It's all right. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Garrett, I ended with a 168, which is not horrible.
Weirdly enough, we're joined now by Derek Kitchen. Coach Kitchen, what words did you? Heather's now kind of leading this charge, right? Her partner Tori, probably the more skilled out of the two coming into this, but having to pick it up here, and she's done so far. What'd you say to her at the break?
She just calmed down a little bit. It's easy to get carried away. It's eyes on you.
Yep.
People looking. Just settle down a little bit.
People talking about you.
Yeah.
And then you start
Talking
losing.
about your flights.
And then you start losing a few legs in a row.
Well, that was all your fault.
Yeah, that's definitely not hers.
That's
all my fault.
I will never ever blame her for that. Yeah. So just settle in there. Kind of stop worrying about everything else that's going on around you. A little bit like that.
Just zone it out. She's probably one of the most. I don't know. She really does not get. She doesn't get shook up by a lot, and she really does stay in her zone. She gets at it.
Tim.
And
His
thing is that she needs to just stay in that zone that she's in normally, and she'll get there. I promise she will.
Yep. Just treat it like you're at home playing darts against you.
Exactly.
And the rest will take care of itself. And you're
Exactly.
seeing this here. It's tough to just be told that and then to immediately like put that into, or else we wouldn't have to say that to anyone, right?
Technique-wise, she throws she has great technique. She throws great. She does have a tendency to hop on her third dart. If you watch her feet, she tends to hop on her third dart sometimes. But when she's locked in, she has no movement in her throw. It's a set and follow through.
Oh,
and
that's a big dart there from Kurt.
When she's dialed in, it's hard to miss.
And you got to give credit to the guys. I mean, they're hitting.
Yep. They're absolutely.
I've been extremely impressed by the gentleman.
Yes.
I've never seen them throw other than a couple warm up darts here and there.
And they have very solid form that you would expect out of a old school steel tip dart player, and they're just in here just to kind of do their work and treat it exactly how the ladies, if they were treating it, it might be a different ballgame.
I've really been impressed with their cricket strategy because I
Yeah.
didn't think they'd actually have one. Because a lot of older steel tip players, they score just enough and then move on, where these gentlemen are not doing that.
Right.
And I think the ladies are forced them
to do that.
because in the first cricket match,
the ladies
they jumped out a
So
lot.
I was talking to Kurt, and he said that's mainly what they're playing is cricket.
Yeah.
Back down there at the vid and Muddy
They are.
Boots.
Well, there you go.
Which
and
I
I like
mean-
that switch there from Heather on dart 3.
They are partners, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
That's, they
It
seem like they're
helps.
gelling
Yep.
pretty well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it really does make a difference at the end of the day. It really can.
So, like, average and talent-wise, the ladies have higher averages and are probably more talented, but having that familiarity,
the camaraderie can make
English,
a huge difference. You're right.
and they don't have to really talk each other because they know each other's game inside and out.
But yeah, you still see them do that from time
Yeah.
to time. All right, Tori's going to have opportunity here to fire in on the 15s. It's a big moment in this leg that, again,
Need to
the
trip.
ladies pretty much have must win for the next two.
Ooh.
If you make it 5-4, this is a whole new
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
But if it becomes 6-2, that's with a race to 7, that's a daunting task. We don't see the comeback from that very often. But as the legend goes, the hardest leg to win is the last one.
See, this is where ideally he'd have been better off staying at the 16 with those
Yep.
other two darts.
And I think that he would have gone back to this if
if he would have
if
missed
it would
that
have been
15.
us, we would have gone back
Yeah.
to the 16 on dart 3. And that's why Heather just goes right there and closes and
Ooh,
points
three.
and then
Big
stays
four.
there for all of them
Big
like
four.
you're supposed to do.
Yep.
That's what I meant by closes. I meant point. So the opposite, of course. Derek, man, I can tell you just want to like focus on like doing that. I can see your legs like you're like I don't want to be here right now. So I'm gonna let you get back to it. But
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach
Appreciate
Kitchen,
it.
for stepping in for a minute.
Thanks, brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, bud. See, guys, now I've learned how to bring in people who did not want to be guest hosts originally when they came in here, and now they're forced to because they're loved ones of the people. Bring in Matt, ask them exactly what we need to ask them, and then
And kick them out.
get rid of
See
them.
you later. Bye.
Especially, I guarantee you right now, he is probably 1,000 times more nervous watching her play
Oh, without
than
doubt.
any other time he's ever played darts in his life.
Without
Oh,
doubt.
absolutely.
He could be on the Ali Pally stage right now playing in his first World Dart Championship. He'd be more nervous watching Heather play in this.
Well, he's got to ride home with her.
Well, it's also, right?
But he's
But this is also something that can really spark.
he's her biggest fan, so it's
Yes.
Yeah, and it can spark more of a love for the game and more of a love for wanting to continue to improve. Or it could, honestly, it's one of those things that it can, I hate this game, I don't want to play anymore. Or take a step back for a little bit. And kind of, it can be the opposite of that. I don't think that's going to be the case overall. Hopefully, that doesn't become the case overall. But, it's also a bit of a worry that you have. I know when Megan was first starting to do it, or when I am on stream, right? There's days where I step back up and say,
Get rid of
I'm
that
never
15
playing
now.
again.
First.
Go back to the 16.
Shockingly, Kurt the closer.
I think he's going to go bull.
That's a 5
That's the
That's
right
what you
shot.
get for thinking, but
Well,
that's the right shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, with what he had done previously, bullseye is that's not the wrong move.
That's why I said he'd go bull with the way they've been playing.
Tori gets that first bull in there.
I'm
That's
not
a good
opposed
last
to
start,
I'm
yeah.
not opposed to that either at all.
A very smart last start there. Jolin, without microphone, now decides he wants to do commentary.
Right. Right.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, I brought him in here unwillingly to do so, and then you made fun of him right away. That's why I had to save you. Sorry about that, Jolin. Heather has been pretty good on bowls. If she can put some pressure here.
That's one.
Yeah. That might have been a 16. It was a 16. Is that a third? That is
man.
That is
At that
almost a big moment there.
At that point, I would close. If you miss into the 16, get
That's
rid
just
of
as
it.
good as looking at it, though, because it was about as close as it would have been if she would have shot. If she would have missed,
Right.
It's almost best case scenario of a miss. Oh, Kurt's just going right at it. The gusto.
Ooh.
You got to go 16 here, Kurt.
Yep, he did.
He did. Okay.
It did.
That being said, it didn't help a single lick. It was a wasted dart. Double, is that in?
That's out.
That's out.
I would go 16 here.
Close 16, go back.
Well, now you got to
Get
go
rid
to
of
16.
16.
She just knew that ahead of time. That was what.
Just does not
Tori.
do it.
Gotta get that 16 out.
He said, I got this.
Well, right. And that's what you kind of give the opportunity to do, right? It's, yeah, I figured this out. I know what to do here. Yep. And look there. He's going right at points.
Wow. That's why you gotta get rid of that 16. Make them throw bulls.
Yep. And he knew that he didn't have to. Jessica Washburn, mom of Tori, and they're saying watching Tori throw darts is absolutely gut-wrenching, incredibly stressful.
They're just right around.
Yep.
It. They're not throwing
All of them
bad
were.
darts.
Wire.
Even Keegan was like, those are wire. And he, while he likes to be nice to people, he usually doesn't like tell them things like that. And the closer's stepping up, and he's blocked off the bowl, but...
I think he still goes for it.
Oh, wow. Is he still blocked? How did he get that in there? Yeah, there was no way. All right, what is Tori going to show us here? Oh, no.
Get rid of
Close the
it.
16.
Just get rid of it.
I don't think she's going to. Nope. Just getting rid of that 16
Joel,
is
did you
such a
teach her
difference,
that?
right?
Did you teach her that?
Oh, we lost the Elgato.
That's back. Guess what's back? Back again.
Ooh.
Oh, man, this is...
We got a force field on the
this is
bullseyes.
this is edge your seat stuff because of misses. There's
Good.
one. Love of God, close to 16, girls. And for the love of God, men, point the 16s. Well, they're giving you that. This is so...
Kurt needs two.
And gets a 16.
Falls into the 16.
I like how it annoyed. You just sounded there, Tim.
Well, the girls haven't fallen into it. They've hit the 19, the
They've hit
17,
everything
the 18,
but the 16.
But the 16.
Technically, one of the darts fallen. That's fine.
There's another 19.
Oh, there's...
Close 16. Oh,
It stayed in.
Yes.
That's in.
And there's the
That's
point lead.
Big.
Wow.
If only
That
they would
is
have closed the
big.
16
Huge.
a long time ago. If they'd have closed the 16, it would be over.
Close the 16 a long time ago. It would have been over.
All right, you can't just repeat exactly what I say. That's not how this is going to work. Oh, my gosh. Justin just found out how to sound smart again. No, I'm just kidding. Trust me, you do not want to just repeat what I
All
say.
right, Heather,
Most
close
of the time,
the
it's
16
dumb.
first start.
We were thinking
in.
the
Is
same
that it?
thing. You just said it first, and my brain didn't calculate
Yeah,
it.
she does take it out. Heather Kitchen. The
It's
ladies
5-3.
do drag themselves back into it, and this is turning into a ball game after the break.
I'm glad everybody thought that was an excellent game. Let's run it back. This time it's the girls to throw first. All the best. Game out.
And we're back to cricket. Back-to-back cricket legs right after this. And
That
then
was a huge break.
and then our tea is going to go cold, and we're going to wonder why. Because it'll be Dido time.
Do they know that?
Yes, it's on the scoreboard in there. So this is a situation where if I'm Kurt, I go 19s first. I know I'm so good on that number. It's your scoring number for 01. I understand the difference here and how much it means to close, but if you know for sure you're probably going to close one of the wedges right away
So
versus struggling a little bit on it.
I was always taught if they open up with a 2 mark on the 20, you go straight for 19. Even if you hit 3, all he needs 1 to close, and you still got 2 darts to go somewhere else.
I have never been told that, but and that's just because I think, like most people, you see the 20 available after the start to kind of take, and that's the high ground. So it makes sense. And, of course, then you end up 3-marking it, and then it doesn't matter at all, right, because they close it right away.
You want to have the
Right.
biggest wedges possible.
I mean, I get that, but if you go up and hit 3 or a 9 mark on the 19.
No, you're right.
It's still just as good. Then it makes them have to go hit a 9 mark on the 20.
I get what you're saying. It's really a
personal.
It's no argument there. If you hit it, what does it matter, right? So in the day, the 20s is better. Yeah, there's an X on it already, but at the same time, open up a whole new wedge. That's why in that situation, I agreed with you because I said if I hit him, I go 19s right away.
Right.
That's a 1 mark.
I tell her whenever I have a blind drop, I'm like, you pick a number that you like the best and shoot. I don't care what, you don't have to go in order. You don't have to shoot the high numbers. Whatever you're most comfortable with. I'd rather have 3, 4, 5 marks in a number than you trying to force yourself into a number you're not comfortable with.
Right.
So.
They're talking over what they want to do here. I think that Heather is stronger on the bottom of the board, and so I think Tori is playing that. Because she's fine either way. So they just talked over and do what you want to do. The answer there. She closes it. Now, so far the pattern has been ladies close first, the guys close, and then maybe get 1 mark, and then the ladies close. And so it's working out to be a very low-scoring game so far. There's the close. Now 17. We apologize for everyone that hears Tim yawn every time right into the microphone.
Trying to hold it.
It's like his 5th or 6th.
And it has
It's almost like he did commentary all weekend and then yesterday and now today.
My thing is that once I start, I can't stop doing it. I'm not even tired.
Like popping Pringles. Once you stop the fun don't, or once you pop the fun don't stop. Heather unable to capitalize on the 17s either. Starting to get scrappier overall.
Here we go.
The long format, the longevity of having to stay focused for a long period of time.
That's a factor we didn't talk about earlier. Like the old guys are they
the old guys? Is that what you really called them?
Are they?
I was not a problem. I had nothing to do with that. Just so you know.
But are they used to playing this many legs in a row?
Yeah, that's a thing because
for sure. It's the steel tip league. The steel tip players they played in their leagues. But
like
the
they might play 2 legs here and then take a break and then 2 legs.
That's
here
fair.
And take a break. Where they're just playing consecutive back to back to back.
The other thing that no one can put a pressure on coming on our show and playing with a lot of people watching with the actual competition that goes along with it. The factors, honestly, I don't care what 2 men show up here to play a Battle of the Sexes. There is a bias that you're going to come in with as a male player that you shouldn't be beat by a female player. So, and that's not, it's understanding that bias, right, as part of it. That doesn't mean that that's what actually is the case or anything like that. It's the same reason why a lot of males, without thinking about it, they get a female dart partner in a blind draw. And great darts from Tori. She's starting to fire in the right time. You just assume that you got one of the not top end people that are there, and that you're gonna go first, and you're gonna be that person. And now that those biases have gone away a lot, but they still exist, and it is a mental bias that just naturally happens.
Yeah.
Sarah Abadale tuning in from Mishawaka.
And the ladies win 2 straight, and now the same feeling that that's right there. The big momentum that they didn't really have to worry about, kind of being on cruise control at that point. While the ladies were stressed, is now the exact pressure that they're feeling.
Big shot.
Roger trying to throw in a good number there.
It's not enough.
Not enough.
Now, if I'm Tori here, I close the 15 and go point.
Yep, because you need at least 2 16s
That's
to.
out.
So now I don't like the pointing on last start, honestly. Now I go bullseye. Because that did nothing for the difference in bowls. It's still the exact same 4-3. And all you've done is give Kurt winning darts. Still on. Oh.
That's 16.
He just got 3 bowls, didn't he?
Yep.
Nope. He got 2 bowls and a 16.
Oh.
All right. How's Heather play this? Now I point all day.
That's a 1 mark.
One more would have added an extra bowl. Up 36. So 2 bowls needed in a single 16.
Need 3 bowls, right?
Yep. Thank you, Tim. I thought they had
If
that.
they
I
had
thought
it
they had
closed.
I thought I had it closed. My bad. See
He
how
do-
they got rid of the 16?
That's a 1 mark.
Puts a little pressure here on Tor.
Tori
But-
needs 3.
Tori's talent.
All right, 3-3 on the bull.
She is probably expecting to hit this if she was throwing her game.
Mm.
And that's why the sigh.
No score.
And the difference 1 bowl would have made there. So 3-3 race. And the closer steps up.
1 bowl would have took a lot of pressure off of Heather.
Oh, that's a huge dart from Kurt.
That's a 2 mark.
Heather needs 3 here.
Come on, Heather.
Steve Wolf, they are in the castle in Canby, Indiana.
Yeah, just outside of Indianapolis on the southwest side of the city. Of the circle. Decatur County.
1 and done here.
1 bowl needed from Roger to take a 6-3 lead and go within 1 leg. And he doesn't hit it. And Tori, this would change everything if this goes.
Big 3 here from Tori.
First dart's so important.
But
It's in.
Is that
I like
awkward,
it.
though, because it's facing down?
I don't know if it is for her. But
Be
it might
worried
be.
about hitting it.
If you look at it,
But if she just fires in from the side there and clicks it right off of it, it might have bounced in, you know?
But it didn't look like it was hanging in very
Yeah,
well.
that's true. Kurt, 1 bowl still needed. 1 dart in hand, big moment.
Big
And he
shot.
does hit it. And I don't know if you noticed a fun moment behind Kurt as he hit that last dart was Heather looks and gave Tori like eyes like he's going to hit this on dart 3. And then he did, and she immediately just nodded on it.
Must win the next 4 legs in order to win the match. The fellas only need to win 1 more.
Backs against the wall. How do they react?
Hey, listen. They're already born with 2 legs each. They already have 4 legs on them. They can get 4 legs on the spin. Let's do this.
Let's go.
interesting.
I
All
don't
the
know.
best. Game on.
Hello.
Double in, double out. Time.
Double in, double out.
It was better than me singing the Dido song. We're going to go with it. Look, sometimes you swing and miss. Only strike 1. Is that in?
Looks like it's out. It's right inside.
It's in, I think, because he switched the 20s
Yep.
for 19s.
51 in.
Yep. He's in, so Tori's got to get in. The 501 double in, double out is a unique version of the double in. You'll see this usually with just 301 when it happens.
16
She's in.
She's in.
That's a big dart. And we're off and racing. Boogity, boogity, boogie.
Let's go racing.
Hey, real quick while I have a second, I just want to give a huge shout out to my brother-in-law, Michael. He actually, him and John Mink played in the Charlotte Open this past weekend.
It was fun following him this weekend.
Yeah, it was a good follow. Unfortunately, I was working the majority of the time, so I wasn't able to follow as closely as I could. But I was very excited to see that Michael actually won the 301 one and done double in, double out
Didn't
tournament.
he win a 301 double in event in another event he went to?
I don't know, but he went out like kind of early in that one. He played in one. And then him and his blind draw partner, Kobe Chrisman, who is a very talented 16-year-old in an open blind draw, they got second place out of that tournament
That's
field.
good.
It included Jason Brandon and
That's
Kevin
good.
Luke and
Kevin,
I
Luke,
was-
Joe
is shot.
Hedrick
I was a little.
and the
I,
Phillips brothers.
I
Like
know-
it was a good field.
I know it was a big WWF event, so like
Yep.
I was a little surprised to see Brandon there and not in Chicago and things like that.
You
41.
you play what you need to play at the certain times. Unfortunately, it was the one time where we don't like to clash with, especially with those types of tournaments. So we don't take any offense to it as far as the players get to making their decision there. We know they have to qualify for the things they want to still qualify for, and if they're able to do it in Charlotte, that's it.
I know Robbie's been a big ADO loyalist.
Oh, yeah.
He's always been in ADO and WDF.
Who's that? Robbie Phillips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The robot.
65.
There's that little hippity hop that you were talking about. Yeah, they're all doubling in now. That's the funny part, because they're throwing those flyers in the 20s. I don't know if we. But I just want to give him a huge congratulations for doing well this weekend.
Yeah,
Shout out to
absolutely.
him. It's cool to see.
Yeah, it's cool seeing the video of his son throwing on the dartboard. I mean, that's always the best. My favorite thing, watching the kids throw.
It is fun. So when I went home for the holiday, I took my grandboard home and set it up, and ended up giving my 7-year-old my gambler soft tips. And
Here we go again, guys. Stop mentioning Danny Baggage darts.
He was
just gonna keep. It's like everybody does my darts.
He was lighting. Kept throwing. So I think he's got the bug. Maybe, hopefully.
Eliana, the score
great second dart from Heather is 80. She'll take that. Look at her scoring compared to Tori in this one. She is really doing a great job of picking up Tori in this leg. I know that's going to frustrate Tori that she's not able to help out, but we know that that's in there. We saw them in the 16s and 15s in the cricket leg that was really essential to them winning that leg. This is a moment where you can still find a ton plus here really helps.
But that's really big when you're struggling and your partner picks you up.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge for your mental game.
Allegedly.
It gives you confidence in your partner, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Eliana, if you look at the top of the board, the gentlemen are winning 6-3 against the ladies.
Yep. Which is upset alert for sure.
Yeah, only Jason picked the guy, so you knew that was the wrong pick.
You knew he was sexist, yeah.
Mm.
No, I'm kidding.
But are you, though?
I am, yeah, for sure.
Big.
Heather is still...
That's a big shot.
So now they got 6 from 105. That's huge.
I mean, that's her 45, 65, 110 scored there. She scored 290 points in her 4 rounds, which is massive. They're both playing 105. Tori's going to get the shot first. $85 left.
Trip 15 for tops. $79, triple 13, or triple 19.
Yeah, I like the triple 19 here. The reason why I say that is because if you hit the single 19, Heather is it's she knows. Yep. Yeah. He gets it from now here 62 is a little bit way more of a struggle. Got a trip 10. Awkward. That's a double in it.
That's 38. Not out. 40, 47, 48 left.
57 scored, 48 left.
The brain stopped working.
That's all right.
Good math.
Wait a minute.
You didn't hear us trying to guess, did you?
73.
There's a reason why we didn't say it either, Tim.
How do you require 62?
Trip 10 or trip 14?
I'm a trip 10 guy here.
Got to get a dart now, so you got to go
12 for bull.
Oh, no, she shifted. Oh, that almost saved it.
At least 40.
Okay, if they get a look here.
Kirk,
Otherwise,
32.
the closer for the match.
Don't like having Kurt coming up here.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. This is not the person you want.
I like
to
it for
come up.
Kurt's team.
Double 8.
Oh, that's a great marker. And he's unable
to.
to.
He does not get it in.
Tori's going to get an opportunity.
Tori, you require
Is this the moment that
Double
we will be
top.
talking about in 3 legs from now?
Ooh. I don't hate it.
Double 19 now. She's already hit double 3. It's right next door. Oh, that's a good. That was a good dart at it. A good dart at it. Unfortunately, not able to hit it.
Roger, you require 16.
Is that the final dart for the ladies in this match? Roger would like it to be.
Double 4. He's already hit it once.
And nobody misses double 4.
8.
Oh, it was really hard to. That was not a good marker,
That was
to say the least, on dart 2.
31.
15 for double 8.
There's the 15. Heather's been the solid one. 1 dart in hand to save it.
Oh,
We'll leave
man.
5. So clean up on aisle 5 if Tori gets to come back.
8.
And Kurt
Kurt been hitting
for the
doubles.
match. In a massive upset.
Yep.
And there
Got
it
it.
is.
And the match
The men
to Kurt
pull it out 7-3
Roger.
against the favorited ladies. A huge upset. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, ladies are going to need redemption
Yes.
at some point. And we also got to start doing this Battle of the Sexes like once every month.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Like, you know how like Jason gets on like a wave of like, ooh, double in, double out. I want to do that forever. Or things like that with the formats. We just need to make a format.
Once
where
a month.
Yeah.
It's
Like now
Battle
you've
of
done
the Sexes.
triples. Yeah.
So,
It's been 2 years since we've done the last one.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
so my,
Well, he was on that.
Huge congratulations. Sorry, real quick. I'm going to let you,
Yeah.
because we have to do that. Huge congratulations to Kurt and to his partner, Roger. You guys came in, got the job done. Well done for you two. We're going to bring them in for the winner's interview, which I'm excited about. That'll do it for you and me, Justin. Justin,
Okay.
listen, absolute honor and pleasure to sit next to you.
I
You were great.
enjoyed it.
I hope you enjoyed yourself. You were fantastic on the mic, bud. I hope you come back.
I will.
Hey, appreciate you, buddy. That'll
Thank
do it
you.
for me and him. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to bring in our winners here.
As the winners are getting set up in here, just remember, go to magicware.com. You can scan the QR codes that you see on the screen. The Siege V2 is the red night jersey. The Siege V3 is our red, white, and blue to the point trimming jersey. Which one? Remember, the new dart of the month is here. Enjoy 10% off all Jeff Smith Discovery label darts and all other Cosmo Discovery label darts. Plus, you'll get a free Cosmo swag bag with every purchase. The new Target launch is now available to shop on A-E Darts website. Make sure you check out the Winmore U.S. Player Launch Fit Flight Cheek Series and Dax Munna's new dart barrels. Lastly, make sure to check out their blog for Max Dunna's latest edition of dart tips and give your competitive edge. Head over to a-edarts.com for all your darting needs. And with that terrible read, I am joined by the winning team. Gentlemen, congratulations. How was your first evening at the castle? So you've had the displeasure of getting introduced to Jason when he just randomly showed up at your event in Bloomington. How did that go for you guys? Okay, so he went to the big one. So for people that aren't familiar with your locations, how can someone look up the information that to be able to come visit you guys and participate in your events? Okay. It's on Facebook. Okay, so go to Facebook, Video Saloon Darts. And your Friday evening is what Jason said. And then you have your Tuesday night in Brown County at the Muddy Boots Dart Club. And Jason's going to be joining us because he knows more information than I do.
Well, we're going to make sure we turn on their mics, right?
Yeah, that was terrible.
All right, guys. Thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it. How was the experience for you guys?
All good.
Yeah, no,
It's a great
interesting.
setup.
Yeah, you got a great deal going on.
Was it what you expected? You've seen the show a couple of times on YouTube and Facebook, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But was it what you expected coming in?
Yeah, very
yeah.
organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. You guys shot well tonight. Did you feel comfortable out there?
Actually, I did.
You did? You felt really comfortable?
Not totally, but yeah. After that first game, I was like, man, Tori, oh my Lord. She's eating up that 20. I was like, no.
Well, they're both very impressive players.
Yes.
Oh,
Heather's
yeah.
very consistent, yeah.
Now, coming into this, they were picked as favorites. Did you guys know that coming in?
We
To
don't
be
play in the league. We don't. I mean, it's just for fun.
To be perfectly honest, I figured they were the favorites too.
To be honest with you, I was extremely impressed on your cricket strategy. Is a cricket what you play predominantly?
Primarily,
in your,
sure.
Okay,
Yes.
Sure.
because a lot of people that come from the steel tip world, they'll score just enough points and then go to a close. Where I don't know if the ladies forced you to just point, but especially in the first one,
Oh yeah,
Tori
had
wasn't
to.
missing the 20.
Yeah,
Had
it's like,
to.
Like, okay, we need to point.
we're going to need some points.
That was an
Yeah.
eye opener. Sure.
What advice would you give to these ladies when it comes to darts? You guys have your own separate amount of knowledge. What are some things that you would tell if they were your daughters, or if they were up and coming friends? What advice would you give to those ladies? You guys have been playing darts for a lot of years.
Boy, I'd say just keep throwing. They're both on the right track. They are incredible throwers.
Yep.
Really.
Yeah,
Great
exactly.
Form. They know the game.
How did you like the format, the battle of the sexes? Is it
Oh, I like
something
that.
interesting?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were like, do you have an amateur night? You know, we'd come on amateur night if that's okay. And he's like, nope, you guys are on. We don't know who we're playing, but it's like, we need some other old guys.
Well,
you
that's
know?
that's Jason's biggest thing is like you don't. Luckily, like yous are familiar with each other. That's
Sure,
something that
right.
usually never happens. Usually, none of the partners know anybody. Like,
Oh,
the
okay,
first time they
okay.
meet is when they get here.
Ah.
So maybe talent-wise or experience-wise, the girls may be a little higher, but you guys knowing each other and playing together, that might have been your.
I'm sure that
bonus
helped us
because
a lot. Sure.
You know each other's game inside and out, and that's a huge advantage when you're
Right.
playing in a doubles
Did you guys
event.
talk a lot with each other inside the arena?
Not really.
Not for cricket. I mean,
And you guys is this the first time you guys have ever played on stream?
Oh yeah.
oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, never played on stream before.
No.
You get broadcast out to several different countries. We had them all check in tonight. They were watching you over in England
And Scotland.
and Scotland.
Yeah.
So, and thank you for doing this, guys. We really do. We really do appreciate it. It was a pleasure to have you both. Please come back, and if at Muddy Boots, which is 6:30 on Tuesdays, is sign up in Brown County. They have a Facebook page.
Yep.
And the Vid, which is 7:00 on Fridays.
Yep. Video Saloon Dart Gang
Yep.
is our group.
So go on Facebook, look
yep.
up Video Saloon.
Look them
Dart
up.
Gang.
You
Video
come meet
Saloon
these
Dart Gang,
guys.
yep.
But if you got players in your own separate groups that would be interested in playing on a siege, send me a message. Have them get in contact with me. Would love to have them on. Thank you for what you do with darts. Thank you for being here tonight. It's been a true pleasure.
Thank you for having us. And if anybody is in the Bloomington area on a game weekend or whatever, come down and see us 7:00 Friday nights.
It'll be our pleasure. Well,
With that-
thank you guys.
With
Thank
that being
you.
said, your trophies are in front of you.
Yep, grab your
Take those
trophies,
little
boys.
Cardboard
Right
trophies.
on.
All right.
We'll leave you if you have any shout outs or anything you want to give out. We'll leave that for the last couple seconds.
Just thank you guys for doing all this. This takes a lot of your time and
Yeah.
very nice setup. And
It's a pleasure to
It
have
was
you.
great.
And thanks for being such great guests.
We appreciate it.
Folks, we're going to be back next week, and we're going to have a champion as the guest host, Tim. Did I tell you who the guest host is
No,
going to
you
be?
did not.
He is a champion beard grower.
Oh,
This
that's
man's
awesome.
this man's beard is something to look at. He's going to be our guest host next week. The maker of our Siege trophies, the owner of the Forged Egg, Mr. Stu Eggers, is going to be our guest host next week. Looking forward to that. We got a great matchup, some great players. I know they're anxious to see who they are. They were all in the chat tonight, so we'll all get to know. We got 4 strangers getting to know each other. We look forward to it. Thanks again, guys, for being here. Folks, thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday at 8 o'clock.